paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers, scum. They're on giant death factories, keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot belly goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap, we don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I'm sweating like a country pig. I'm gunning beers and taking swigs of ice cold Jack. We're at the track, it's racing day, we're getting smacked. I never really understood this NASCAR shit. I thought, how could I be impressed when cars go left? But then I went, baby, it's the best. The ladies here are fine as spring. They'll hop to a ride on that thing. There's beer and whiskey everywhere. There's smoke and rubber in the air. I'm gunning beers, I'm shooting Jack. We're here all day, 500 laps. And when they start them engines up, man, my heart, it starts to pump. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. The beer and rubber, perfect mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. It's not loud, we're in the crowd. We're watching cars go round and round. We're in the South, the USA. We fly that flag each goddamn day. And when it's time to watch a race, we crack a beer right on our face. We watch them cars go fast and left. This NASCAR shit's the fucking best. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. I'm drunk as shit, I love this mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. Oh, Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. A dirty summer country mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their cartridge hits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
In a world where a checkered flag is just the start, meet Ryan Wheeler, the would-be champ who seems to have run his last lap. But when a mysterious figure offers Ryan a dark bargain, promising the throne of speed, he strikes a deal with the devil that will make him ride and die. From ball-busting YouTube sensation and Arca Menard's NASCAR breakout racer Cody Dennison comes his first kick-ass comic creation. This won't be your average ride. It's a tale drenched in bone-chilling horror, soaked in violence, and wrapped around the curves of both the track and the sexiest women that'll make you forget the road ahead. Experience the race of a lifetime, or the damnation of your very soul. Will Ryan outrun his demons, or will he burn in the fiery pits of hell? Don't miss out. Get Cody across the finish line. Back Ride and Die on Indiegogo.
I have read a lot of books, and I think I'm a smart man here. However, there is one book I'm really excited about. It's one coming out soon, and it will blow you all away. The book is called Ride and Die. It's about some race car driver and some big titty demons. My good friend Cody Ake Kamala 331 wrote it, and it is amazing. You should all go back it on Indiegogo, just like I have.
Hey, you. You're finally woke.
Are you guys aware that we almost see no titties in movies anymore? And we only see titties. Hey, anybody notice this? Yes, I love titties! Big old titties!
We're back again on a delicious Wednesday. I'm sorry, Sushi. I scared my cat out. He is gone. I screamed way too loud. I got a very boisterous voice. Welcome back to the show on this illustrious Wednesday night. Yes, it is Wednesday. On this illustrious Wednesday night, I had to think for a second, man. I don't know where I am very often. Make sure you guys like the show. We're almost to 100. We got a lot to talk about today. It's going to be so damn fun. I'm having such a good time. I can't get tired of winning. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful time to be alive. We finally get to see where all our taxes go. And apparently, depending on who you are, it's not very good. And no one seems to be talking about it, except people on X and Asmongold. So we're going to talk about it today, and we're going to talk about all the angry peeps. There's a lot of angry people right now, angry at Asmongold because they think he betrayed their trust as their favorite streamer. They're shocked to find out that people that pay ass tons of money in taxes don't exactly want their taxes going to Nicaragua for like a drag queen opera. And I'm exaggerating, by the way. But at any rate, we're going to talk about it. We're going to have a lot of fun, and I hope you have a lot of fun as well. Keep in mind, boys, okay? Every $100 super chat gets 5 gifted memberships in the chat, so don't miss out on it, boys. It's going to be a lot of fun, dude. So I'm excited. I'm glad you guys are hanging out with your boy. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm excited to see you. I'm excited to kiss you on the tips of the penises. Very, very excited. Let's do it. We're going to have some fun. So let's get the hell on it. Diggity doggone it. All right. Anyways, let us start the show. Yeah. I owe Billy nothing. Billy's a bitch. I don't owe Billy shit. Do I owe Billy anything? I doubt it. Hiller from Kentucky's here. Arca News is here. How you doing? Takaho Demboski. How you doing, baby? The Tengu. Hope you're doing well. What's up, baby? McSteller. How you doing, baby? How you doing? Oh, by the way, tomorrow's a big day for me. I got to make a long, arduous journey in my car. Okay. And I got a long, arduous journey in my car tomorrow to maybe have some really insane news for you guys. I'm very excited. So you guys are going to hopefully hear about something crazy coming soon. But at any rate, let's catch up on the super chats. Keep in mind, we're up against the 417th naked snake in a row. In a damn row. First off, let's start out with the first pink boy of the night from Billy Hatcher. Billy says, can't wait for Daytona next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, the Seattle's Children's Hospital just recently shut down its section and procedures of minor under 19, including surgeries, PUB blockers, and hormone therapy. Hope this is permanent. Yeah, very, very strange. Very, very strange stuff going on. And all of that went away overnight. Even the discussion went away. People got way too comfortable. And there's a reason why everything shifted so fast. Because people were claiming it wasn't happening. Even though there's national health data around all of this shit. It's very strange stuff. So at any rate, luckily that's gone forever. And we don't have to worry about that anymore. Because that was very silly. Very, very silly. And probably the whole fact that there was an entire party, even kind of entertaining it, was a big reason they lost. Because once normies get on this shit, it's over. Okay. You don't want, if I was the opposing party trying to gain power or the current party trying to retain power, you best believe I'm not talking about any of that shit unless I have to. And they were bringing it up every 2 seconds. That was really stupid. So rest in peace. Thank you, Billy Hatcher. I love you, dude. First pink boy, best pink boy, Mr. Juicy Booch. What's up, dude? How you doing, baby? Love you, man. Satellite chat, so let's go. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Welcome back. CW says Daytona Arc Race on Saturday, February 15th at 12 Eastern. Wear your Camelot t-shirts, and I'll see you there. I will be there going in circles at 200 miles an hour. I hope to see you. We're locked in the show, thank the Lord. And then we got a few more races after that, and then we're just heavy rolling. And depending on how my tomorrow goes, I don't know. The year might get really full real fast. Thank you, CW. I appreciate you. I love you, dude. We're already almost a fifth of the way to Naked Snake today. We are at 100 likes. Give yourself a round of applause because we're making it, boys. We're making it. Oh, my God. All right. I agree, Dake Long. I don't even see how it was I don't even see how it was in the conversation. Look, I don't have a problem with if you're an adult, do whatever you want to do. I think most people agree. Yeah, obviously there's some people that don't want they want control over other people. I've never been that way. Do what you want to do. All right, as long as you ain't like stabbing people or hurting people, do what you want to do. But as soon as you start bringing in like children into the equation, that's when shit needs to stop. And it did. It's over. Good luck and good riddance. Thank God for that. And no one batted an eye. As soon as that shit was struck down, no one said anything. You thought there would be like an uprising or like parades and shit? Nope. No one said anything because everybody thought it was ridiculous and they were only going along with it because they didn't want to get in trouble. Thank God that's over. All right, anyways. At any rate, our tax dollars shouldn't fund it? Yeah, sure, of course. We shouldn't have it. There should be no tax dollars. We should not be paying tax. Property tax is unconstitutional and the IRS needs to be abolished right now. Especially after the news. Especially after seeing all the stuff that our tax dollars are being like fed into. Like how do they even rectify this? How does anyone like willingly file taxes this year? Right? How does anyone how is anybody going to make that decision to file your taxes this year? When you know it's fucked. Woo! It's crazy, man. At any rate, yeah, Ben Ryder, it's been all up on the place, filing under process. Or just be like, I made nothing. I don't know about that. Possum Hunter, what's up, buddy? How you doing, dude? Rage, what's up, baby? Yeah, I agree with that. I agree, Big Mike. I'm hoping to see you, Big Mike, very soon. Yes. No. Oh. A reformer says, without any taxes, how will the government function? Like it did prior to income tax. 1913 and prior. Overwhelming amounts of tariffs. Okay. That's your biggest one. Overwhelming amounts of tariffs. That's the big one. And I would consider a flat tax, like a 5% flat tax. That would be better than something now. Right? Something different. We need something different because what's happening is not working at all. It needs to go right now. And the government, also the biggest kicker, reduce the size of the government by 98%. That's a big one. That's a big one. There you go. All right, boys. Reason to pay taxes because I don't want them coming after my freedom. Yeah, dude. That's the bullshit, right? That's the bullshit. It's crazy. All right, boys. A lot to talk about today. I'm excited to have you here. Keep in mind, every $100 super chat, that's a red boy, I will gift five memberships to the chat every single time at random. We did it 3 times last stream, I think. Crazy times to be alive. And some people match it, boys. Some people match it. It's pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. All right. Anyways. Besides healthy food, Bram Montana, what the hell? But what if I convince you? What if I convince you that pizza rolls are healthy? Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. All right, anyways. Reformer says, I like the idea of filling out my tax sheet for what the government... Well, that would be... Yeah, first responders, that would be your local taxes, man. It wouldn't be federal taxes at all. That has nothing to do with the IRS. Right? Or like the federal tax... No federal taxation. Yeah, your local first responders are important. But property taxes are unconstitutional. Sales tax, bro. What's up, Chris Stewart? How you doing, buddy? Because it's got him cool, man. State and property taxes. No! Ben Ryder, shut your mouth. Somebody ban Ben Ryder. Property taxes. No, that's unconstitutional. Get out of here with that bullshit. If I pay my house off, Ben Ryder, if I pay my house off right now, and then next year, let's say I get injured or I get lost overseas or something, and then suddenly I can't pay my property taxes, and then the government just comes and takes my house and auctions it off. No, if you buy a home, you should own your home. 4 generations down the line, if they don't sell it, it should still be my grandchildren or great-grandchildren's house. When I die, they shouldn't have to pay $70,000 in property taxes to be able to own the home that is paid off. That is insane. That is insane. Okay? Insane. I agree, Rage. I agree. No, thank you. Now, look, my perspective is a little skewed because my property taxes are outrageous. Outrageous. Yes, bathrobe. Yes. Well, people claim you can't do that anymore. Well, that won't work now. Why? Because it just won't. Because that was different back then. That was when we were small and stupid. We have this weird, like, narcissistic nature that I think all of us really have. And it's something we can't avoid. We assume people that came before us were stupid. No matter what generation, no matter what time period, they were all stupid and we're smart. We are smart. They are all stupid. 20 years ago, 50 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 5,000, all of them stupid. Completely moronic people, right? So, that was different. That was when we were stupid and small. That's different. Now we have to give all of our money to the big daddy government to take care of us because we're smart now. We're smart, boys. You know. No, I don't see no new period. That's what I'm saying, Tim. What the fuck? All right. Anyway. Oh, yay. Ooh. My county spends 3 times per pupil per year more than any economist. Oh, rip Carolina Frog. You got wrecked. Yeah, Reformer. So here's the issue, Reformer. You know they're going to audit the military budget next, or eventually, right? They're going to go after the military's budget eventually, and that's where it's going to get really spicy. That's where old Musk and old Trumpy, they have to not go out in public for a while. Because there's contracts overseas, bro. Make sure you just stay indoors and do all of your rallies, all of your press conferences completely on camera. Do not go out in public. Because that's gonna get spicy very fast. You got to understand, there's a lot of politicians right now. A lot, probably most, that are receiving a lot of this USAID money, and of course from other branches of the government as well, other organizations, government organizations. If the Air Force is spending $1,280 per plastic disposable cup, which was uncovered, $1,280 per plastic disposable cup, 1,279.90 of that amount is going to an executive for that contracted out cup company that is probably related to somebody in Capitol Hill right now. That's how all this works, by the way. You guys did not know, when you see a giant contract for the government and it's overblown to where it's like thousands of dollars for like pieces of paper, the people that are executives for these companies, it just so happens some of their last names are the same people that are in Congress right now. It's fucking crazy, right? This is how this has always worked. And that is what the new administration is doing. They're trying to remove all that. So there's a lot of really pissed off people right now. Those people that are standing outside of the USAID protesting, and the politicians that are saying, we need to stop Elon, all those people are benefiting from those kind of things. And they are furious. They're furious because they're losing probably $50 to $100 million over the next 10 years. Different people are. There is no way a politician can go into office on a salary of $180,000 a year and 10 years later be worth $85 million. Insider trading and skimming. That's what's going on right now. That's what's going on. And somehow people are defending it. But they're not defending the spending. They're just saying it's unconstitutional or illegal. Go to your nearest leftist friend and say, hey, what do you think about taxpayers giving $8 million to Politico, which is an extreme left-leaning media organization that put hit pieces out on conservatives the last several years. And also, they gave $20 million to Beyonce, taxpayer money, or not Beyonce, Angelina Jolie. They gave Angelina Jolie $20 million to go to Ukraine and pose for pictures for political propaganda, including $4 million to Sean Penn. Celebrities, by the way. We're getting paid taxpayer dollars. When you filed your taxes and you sent that off, a portion went to Angelina Jolie to go to Ukraine and take pictures. And now ask your nearest leftist friend to explain that to you. And they won't. They'll just be like, oh, well, Elon Musk, this is illegal what Musk is doing. It's illegal. It's a coup. They're taking over the government. It's a coup. They won't even defend it. They'll just be like, it's illegal. Bro, at some point, you got to stop being you got to stop following these weird party lines like it's a football game. When something is bad, it's bad. Okay? When something's bad, it's fucking bad. It's ridiculous. Just admit that it sucks and we need to fix it. It's not that hard. Well, but I can't say anything that would be negative though. Because if I say anything negative towards that party line, then I'm not real. I'm not a real member of that group. Who gives a fuck? Why do you want to be an arbitrary random member of a random party with zero following and zero influence? No one cares. I can understand a politician trying to toe the line because they're a politician, but random ass people that live in a random ass house in Ohio and you're like towing the party line, no one cares, Jared, what you think. Can you recognize when stuff sucks? And see, Carrie does the same shit. She won't recognize the spending's bad. You could go on TV and it would be like, an audit has revealed that Democrats have been sucking babies' blood from their ass cheeks for the last 20 years. Fresh baby's blood from ass cheeks. And she'd be like, yeah, but MAGA's bad. Can you just like admit when something's bad? Can you just admit that giving Angelina Jolie $20 million to go take pictures in Ukraine so they could post it online and say, Ukraine's in trouble? Don't you think that's kind of fucked? I would like $20 million. Can I have $20 million? You can fly me out there too. Right? But at any rate, some people, they just can't admit when something's bad, no matter how bad it is. Right? If it came out tomorrow, there was a video of Trump like sawing like babies in half and shit, I'd be like, wow, that's freaking heinous. That's bad. He needs to go to prison. That's very easy for me to do. But for some reason, if Elizabeth Warren came out and the same video came out, Carrie would be like, yeah, but at least it's not like Trump. He's probably done that too. I'm like, can we just admit that sawing babies in half is probably not a good thing? Why is it so hard? It doesn't mean you're a traitor. No one's going to be like, you're a traitor. Arrest Carrie right now. The FBI's on your door. She's a traitor. How could she? You said it was bad. You're not a real demo anymore. Fake liberal. How could you? All right. Let's cover some shit. We are 4:30 until Naked Snake. Thank you for all your super chat love today. Sad Lad Chad said, lefties keep saying imports were going to skyrocket after Canadian tariffs. I drink Canadian whiskey and it went down $3. Well, to be fair, the Canadian dollar dropped like a rock too. So thank you, baby. I love you. Appreciate you. Thank you, Sad Lad Chad. I love you, Sad Lad Chad, for keeping me alive in these hard moments. Nick says, Dems tend to be much louder. So, you're 100% correct. Why? Why? Because people that pretty much run their entire faculty, like all their faculties based on emotion, they tend to freak the fuck out over everything, right? That's how that works. If your entire being and structure is based around emotions and emotional outbursts and emotional voting and emotional moral bullshit, then yeah, you're probably going to be loud whenever you're confronted with anything you might find uncomfortable, right? Hence why every time you watch any kind of debate when it comes to commentators and it's a leftist commentator versus a conservative commentator, the leftist commentator is always screaming and like freaking the fuck out. And the conservative is just like, well, explain this to me in like a very calm voice. You know, like a good example is the Destiny and Ben Shapiro debate. I think it was Ben Shapiro. I'm pretty sure it was Ben Shapiro. And Ben Shapiro's like, 25%, blah, 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 and he's like spitting facts, you know. And to be fair, I don't really care for Ben Shapiro. I'm just saying, I'm giving you context. He's like stating some kind of like factual document. And Destiny's just like, you're stupid. You're so stupid. Wow. You're so, just screaming like you're in this weird Valley Girl accent. You're so dumb. You're so stupid. Wow, dude. Like, I'm like, yeah. When it's all based on your emotions, yeah, you tend to be loud, right? Anyways, let's talk about some stuff. Any Trump debate? I love when Trump debates, man. Except I think in 2020, one of the debates in 2020 he was kind of boring. But usually he's funny. When I watch a debate, I want it to be funny. That's kind of how I run my life. Can it be funny, please? And if it's funny, I'm all about it. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're about to have some fun today. You guys ready? You guys ready? People are pissed at our boy Asmongold. It's going to get spicy in here tonight, so make sure you like the show, boys. Did you see AOC's video on Elon? Yeah. I love AOC, man. I don't care for anything she says, but there's something about her. I'm just like, girl, what's up? Something about AOC where it's like, it's probably because she's like Hispanic. I don't know what it is, man. There must be something in my like family tree somewhere down the line where like when I see like a thick Hispanic woman, my like mind screams breed, and I like can't stop it. I don't care what she's saying, bro. Please. What's up, girl? This is a joke. Her cousins would kill me. You know how it works. I was watching Landman just last night. Dude literally just sits on the couch and the Hispanic lady lays her head on that dude's shoulder and the dude puts a knife in his belly. Because she laid her head on his shoulder. No, thank you. I will look from afar and simp. All right. Anyways, let's continue. 417 naked snakes on the dock. We're almost a fifth of the way there. One red boy and a orange boy from a rainbow night. Every $100 super chat gets 5 gifted memberships in the chat. Don't forget. It's time. So, if you guys didn't know, there's a new press secretary, which is just fantastic. I love when press secretaries just answer questions. I don't know about you guys, but when a press secretary answers a question, it's just so nice. Instead of them like spinning like a long yarn tell that is avoiding questions, that's when you know they're just freaking lying. Who is doing this? And she answers it directly in one word, and you're like, cool. And that's the end of it. I love that shit. I hate when they're like, well, you see, this is actually not happening. That's actually misinformation. I'm like, bro, I saw it live. I saw it in 4K. What do you mean it's misinformation? Stop saying the word. Stop it. All right, anyways. Asmongold is back, boys. And he's being as controversial as ever. And we're having such a good time talking about it. I really like the new based Asmongold. People knee-jerk reacted and commented on my last stream after post because they thought I was making... What is it? They thought I was making negative comments about Asmongold. I'm like, I literally agree with everything he said. I like the new based Asmongold. I think he's fun. Cameron says, gotta say your positivity and good energy is part of why the world goes round. Love you, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Cameron. I appreciate you, man. Don't forget, we're racing at Daytona next week. It's gonna be a lot of fun, dudes.
For generations.
I should probably turn the audio on, yeah. Asmongold's behind enemy lines on Twitch. I don't know how he doesn't get banned. I'm sure you guys probably are caught up with the whole Ethan Klein Twitch situation. Twitch is psycho right now. It's very, very spicy. So
For generations and are absolutely unbreakable.
Yeah.
The president is committed to eliminating Hamas and securing a lasting peace for the entire
Gonna
region.
get rid of them?
The historic proposal for the United States to take over Gaza, announced by President Trump last night, underscores this commitment.
Wow.
Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again,
Taking it over.
expecting different results. President Trump is an outside-of-the-box thinker and a visionary leader
I'll
who
be honest,
solves
I didn't
problems
expect
that
this.
many others, especially in this city, claim are unsolvable. We've already seen the results from President Trump's bold peace through strength diplomacy on the world stage. In response to President Trump's tariffs this week, both Mexico and Canada took immediate steps to alleviate the illegal alien migration and flow.
Yeah. Can we just talk about that for 2 seconds? Those tariffs last week? I think it was last week. I'm pretty sure it was like last Thursday, right? So Trump announced like 25 to 50% tariffs. I think it was like 25 and they go up to 50 on Canada and Mexico. Keep in mind, Canada and Mexico basically puts out 1% of what we put out. So obviously, it's like them shooting a toothpick arrow at like a 300-foot giant, right? It's very silly. And obviously, they're put in a really bad position. And then, of course, Canada comes out and they're like, we're going to start buying Canada only, and we're going to retaliate. And I'm like, what are you doing? And of course, the Canadian dollar drops like a rock, and so does the Mexican peso, right? They drop like a rock. Obviously, because it's Mexico and Canada. It's very, very silly. So there's a bunch of Canadians on Twitter. And look, I don't have a problem with Canada at all. It's the political atmosphere, not the people. I don't know why people started saying they hated Canadian people, and then Canadians said they hated Americans. I was like, it's the politicians. It has nothing to do with the people, you silly fucks. But anyway, so of course, it takes about 1 day for Mexico to say never mind, and they gave in to all the demands, which was to increase border security, basically, and then add a big investment into border security. And also, it only delayed the tariffs for 30 days. It's coming back in 30 days. Canada did the exact same thing. They gave in and was like, we had a good talk with Trump. Trump's great. We love Trump. We're going to do what he says, right? And of course, somehow, like Jenna says, Twitter's crazy. Somehow on Twitter, people were like, damn, Trump caved. I'm like, what? Bro, that is like a Ferrari drag racing a beat up F-150 from 1972. And the F-150 guy's like, never mind, I don't want to race. I'll just pay you the $100 that we bet each other. And then people saying, LOL, the Ferrari backed out. It's like, what? The truck literally, he came over and gave him the money. What do you mean the Ferrari backed out? And I'm like, damn, Twitter makes me angry sometimes. Like, you guys are in a different damn reality. Blame Canada. Blame Canada. But at any rate, that's what happened. Canada and Mexico immediately went back on everything they were saying, their tough guy attitude. And then, of course, we have 30 days until the tariffs come back. So it's only going to continue. It's going to continue being like, hey, we want this now. We want this now. We want this now. And they're going to have to keep giving it, because as soon as those tariffs go into place, the Canadian dollar drops like a freaking stone and does not recover. The entire U.S. ecosystem and economy is completely, or the Canadian economy and ecosystem is completely dependent on the U.S. So this whole we're only going to buy Canadian whiskey and you think you're doing something, that is the most insane shit I've ever heard in my life. There were people unironically on Twitter saying, oh, well, I'll just buy Canadian whiskey then. I'm like, oh, wow, you did a great job. You just saved the country. It's literally the wooden straws, bro. It's the wooden straws, man.
Yeah, they deadly drugs, particularly fentanyl, into our country. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum agreed to permanently supply 10,000 Mexican soldiers on the U.S. border, who will be specifically designated to stopping fentanyl and criminal aliens from pouring into our country. And Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau agreed to appoint a fentanyl czar. List cartels as terrorists and increase resources to assist the 10,000 frontline personnel at our northern border with Canada. In recognition of these steps, President Trump paused the implementation of tariffs for 1 month while negotiations continue and final deals can be structured. Yeah. Throughout the transition and during his inaugural address, President Trump made it known that the United States cannot and will not allow the Chinese Communist Party to continue with its effective and growing control over the Panama Canal. Following Secretary Rubio's successful first trip and visit there over the weekend, Panama's president said he will allow its participation in the Chinese Communist Party's, it will no longer allow the participation in the Belt and Road Initiative. That participation will expire. Yeah. This is significant because Panama was the first Latin American nation to join Belt and Road and now becomes the first to back away from it because of President Trump. And to assist.
Are you tired of winning yet? I'm not tired of winning yet. God damn it. No, it's the funniest thing. Okay. It's the funniest thing that Trump he will say with actual English on live damn TV, I want this country to do this thing. And then the country announces 2 days later, we are doing the thing Trump asked. And people on Twitter are like, oh, Trump's stupid. He totally caved. Trump doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm like, the previous administration, bro, radicalized my ass. I was like a nonchalant, didn't really care about any of this stuff. And the fact that we got old Joe Biden literally talking on TV live once a year, maybe. And when he did, he would be like, blah, 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 blah. And then everybody would cheer. Radicalized my ass. And now you have a president that is literally on TV 8 hours a day right now, live, signing executive orders, making moves, and contacting countries and getting shit done literally daily. And they're like, Trump's so dumb. Trump's so stupid. What reality are we in right now? Good shit's happening. And if the IRS gets abolished and or just completely defunded, everybody's fired out of the equation, which I don't see why anybody, I don't see how anybody feels comfortable paying taxes right now with what the information looks like right now. But the IRS gets abolished, there needs to be a Mount Trump more. Immediately. Mount Trump more. I'm going to go celebrate. Come on, man.
With the ongoing mass deportation effort, El Salvador's president has agreed to the most unprecedented migratory agreement anywhere in the world.
Super jail. Listen to this.
Because President Trump is back in charge, El Salvador has offered for illegal aliens of any nationality facing deportation in the U.S. to be booked in his country's prison system. And finally, President Trump's envoy for special missions, Rick Grenell, traveled to Venezuela and not only secured the release of 6 American hostages, but Venezuela.
Oh my God, have you seen the super jails in El Salvador? Oh my God, yeah, dude, Hiller. They are literally like an Arkham Asylum. They are super jails. These guys have no shirts on and they're led around like cattle, just getting slapped around. That's a jail. That's a jail for the criminals, man. Look at this shit. You go to Sweden, well, maybe not Sweden now. You go to Finland, you kill like 10 people in Finland. You get a jail cell with like an Xbox One and a TV and like access to social media. And like a spa. You go to jail in El Salvador, woo! You get slapped around, bro.
Venezuela also agreed to accept the return of illegal alien Tren de Aragua gang members. All of these incredible victories prove how well President Trump's peace through strength approach is working. And the days of weak American leadership are over. In another success story this week, efforts to seal the border, halt the invasion, and carry out the largest mass deportation campaign continue at lightning speed. Customs and Border Protection has approximately 79 miles of new border wall projects already underway in various stages of construction and planning. The first flights arrived at Guantanamo Bay yesterday afternoon out of El Paso.
Wow.
And who were some of the passengers aboard, you may ask?
Okay.
There were 10 members of the transnational gang Tren de Aragua on this flight.
Oh.
And overall, our heroic ICE agents continue to prioritize the removal of violent, criminal, illegal aliens in communities across the country.
Gotta catch them all.
On February 3rd,
that's right.
ICE Dallas arrested a citizen of Nicaragua who has been convicted of sexual assault, strong arm, and lewd acts with a minor and sentenced to 15 years in prison.
Love you guys.
Wow.
ICE Los Angeles arrested a Mexican citizen who has been convicted of lewd acts with a minor and sentenced to 364 days. And ICE Atlanta arrested a citizen of Mexico who has been convicted of homicide by vehicle and hit and run and sentenced to 6 months confinement. And ICE New York arrested a Venezuelan national and known TDA gang member who has a prior criminal conviction for assault in the 3rd degree, causing physical injury. Americans are safer every single time one of these criminals is arrested and deported from our country. On another important and ongoing...
Based. How can you disagree with this? I want to know, where's Sean at, damn it? Sean's the resident lefty. How can you say this is a negative thing? A gang member that killed like 8 people and like did things to a minor. Getting deported. Getting arrested by ICE. Getting deported immediately. How can you fucking rectify this shit? Sean isn't left, Carrie? What the hell is Sean then? Up? Is Sean up or down? What the hell is he? Carrie. All right, here we go. Let's go down. Not based common sense. Yeah, dude. Jenna said something. She says, I feel for the small children being deported, but their parents shouldn't have used them as a bargaining chip. Yep. And now they're crying on TV holding their children because it's propaganda. Cody's so stupid. Carrie, no one cares what you think, Carrie. You hear me, Carrie? No one cares what you think. You weigh like 85 pounds. No one cares. Throw you like a damn football. What are you going to do about it? You ain't going to do nothing.
Topic, the Senate is working fast to confirm President Trump's exceptional cabinet nominees in the face of relentless media smear campaigns. As of right now, 12 members of the president's cabinet have been confirmed. Most recently, Pam Bondi, who, as you all know, I was just in the Oval Office for that swearing-in ceremony, surrounded by Pam's lovely
Harris
family.
would have been better.
And we look forward to watching her serve as the Attorney General of the United States.
Maybe you're right.
According to CNN, President Trump is getting more cabinet picks confirmed so far than the average president in the modern era. Another success story.
Yep.
And we believe
Francisco's like, you ain't getting rid of him. Obama couldn't do it. Trump isn't either, bro. Francisco, don't do this. Francisco, don't do this. Are you under a VPN, man? Don't do Francisco, you got your VPN on, right? Please, God, don't do this. They're going to get you, man. They're going to get you. Oh, no. Yeah, I agree, Rock. I agree, Rock Metal Ultima. I agree. Keep in mind, everybody, every $100 super chat is a 5 gifted memberships to the chat because I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And we are up against the 417th naked snake in a row. We're about a fifth of the way there, and we're an orange and a red boy away from a rainbow night. Big shout out to Billy Hatcher for his juicy pink boy. I love you. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. All right, here we go.
I believe it's critical that Republicans in the Senate majority stay tough and keep their foot on the gas to confirm all of the remaining nominees as quickly as possible.
Francisco says, y'all have zero power. You mean, you're right, Francisco. I'm a YouTuber and a race car driver. So you are right about that. I don't know if you're talking to the press secretary, but she's actually not here. This is a video. Do I care at all? Nope. I've not. I don't. I've never cared about comic book movies except for like 4 of them ever. And to be fair, I probably would have if there were less of them. But there was like 18 a year, so I was like, no thanks. To pinkies? What the hell's a pinky? What's a pinky? Like a Pinkerton? Or you mean like white people? How dare you? I'm offended, sir. Look how pale I am. I am from Alabama. I bled for this state. And our grits and our beans and greens, son. All right, let's continue. Damn you, Francisco. How could you? How could you? That's a slur, Pinky. I'll show you a Pinky.
America's becoming Nazi America.
Trump's important work here at the White House and across our entire federal.
Sonia, what's up, baby? You here to pay that $350 that Hypno said you have to pay? Don't think I forgot now, damn you.
Government.
Deporting illegal immigrants
and
is
lastly,
Nazis.
throughout his historic campaign, President Trump pledged to restore common sense to our country.
So true.
And he's continuing to deliver on that with an executive order that he will sign later today. The president will be signing an executive order keeping men out of women's sports to defend the safety of athletes, protect.
Oh my God. Hell yeah. Based. Finally. The idiocracy is over. God. That was like the only 2 things other than the IRS. That's one of the only 3 things that I have a problem with. Taxes. That's a big one. You know, minors being involved in anything. That's nefarious. And number 3/C. Okay. Number 3/C is, why are we letting jacked ass dudes go against the women in women's sports? And look, I'm not, disclaimer, it's still bullshit. Okay. when they're like, oh, well, they have to be on estrogen for a couple of years, blah, blah, blah. I get it. You can't reverse bone structure, bro. You're 6'7", Karen. No, but still, I get the argument there. Here's the issue, though. Here's the issue. Those requirements are almost non-existent. In almost any of these sports, you didn't even have to be on any hormones. You literally just went in there and kicked some ass. Well, boom! Now you need facial reconstructive surgery. Okay? Come on now. Yeah, Francisco, you went too hard. Now it's lame. You got to space it out and be more smart about it so it's fun to engage. Jenna knows. Jenna's the funnest. She'll troll your ass all day and have fun with you. I haven't seen Nick since that return stream. Where is he? Are you in touch with him? Is he okay? Yep. I talked to him today. He's good. He's good, baby. He's good. Hell yeah.
Competitive integrity
Now, I'm surprised
and
he didn't do that
uphold the
already.
promise of Title IX.
Yeah,
This
fucking
common
obviously.
sense action from President Trump ends the disgusting betrayal of women and girls by the previous administration, who for years catered to radical activists who wanted
Yep.
biological males to be treated as women in workplace showers, competitive sports,
This
prisons,
was such
and
an
even
L for
rape
them.
shelters.
Common
Gender,
sense is that,
ideology,
yeah.
insanity is over. Submissions from individuals across the country interested in participating in our new media seat at a future briefing continue to flood in. We are at more than 12,000 and counting. If you're watching right now and are interested, you can continue to apply on our new media website, whitehouse.gov/newmedia. And in the seat today, we have a longtime national television broadcaster. I'm sure many
Alex
of you recognized
Jones.
her when she came in, Sage
Fuck.
Steele, who is now the host of an incredibly
Could you imagine Alex Jones coming in? He's jacked, bro. Alex Jones is in good shape right now. Isaac Desmoro, more psyched for the race, or Cecil Tits. I'm excited to see Cecil, man, next week. Cecil's going to be there the whole time. Not a lot of people are coming to Daytona to like on the first day, and they're coming, and it's so exciting. I just vote to ban all athletic competitions that pit individual strengths against each other. What are you talking about? Like just ban boxing, or is that what you're saying? Like just ban like any kind of physical competition? Is that what you're saying? That don't make no damn sense. What are you talking about? Just ban everything. Fuck them. You know what? You know what I think? We just ban everybody. Ban everybody. We're banning everybody. Baron von Tossington banned immediately. Cecil rolling in. We're going to set a goal. You ready for this? 1 super chat. Red or higher. We're going to set it for 30 minutes. And the goal will be 5 gifted memberships. I hope that lets me put that in there. Shits, 5 gifted memberships. There you go. I'm trying to utilize the tools that YouTube give you. Alex made him somehow look more insane. What? How can he look more insane? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Okay.
The successful podcast, The Sage Steele Show, on YouTube and all podcast platforms. And previously, Sage was a fixture at ESPN from 2007 to 2023, primarily hosting SportsCenter, which we all know well, before leaving the company to exercise her First Amendment rights more freely. We are honored to welcome her to the briefing room today. She will be joining the president at the big EO signing later this afternoon. I know many of you will be there as well. So, Sage,
when am I going to go to the White House?
Very exciting day for women and girls across the country.
Can I get a computer there?
Exciting. And Caroline, thank you for welcoming.
Could you imagine Asmongold being at the White House? Oh, Francisco says, when's Trump going to release the Epstein files to seal the billionaires who pardoned on his island? It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. Ever going to happen. That would be awesome. Never going to happen. That would be really cool. But what is it? Bill Gates recently said, I think he said it today, maybe, right? Or yesterday. Bill Gates said that if the Epstein files is investigated, he will leave the country. And to be honest, does he have a choice? Like, does he have a choice? I mean, he's going to have to leave the country. He's been talking a lot recently where he's like, I really regret going to Epstein's parties. Well, rest in peace. I really regret that. Anyways. Francisco, literally everyone is for releasing the Epstein list. It's kind of like the IRS, right? Like something like upwards of 90% of people want the IRS abolished. When it comes to the Epstein list, it's probably 99% won't it released. Never going to happen. It'll probably implicate way too many people. Change the freaking course of the country forever.
I don't know how much space they have.
Respect a different background in this seat. It really does mean a lot. Thank you. Obviously, the House already passed the protection of women.
Like a laptop?
Which is a really big step for women and girls. So far, the Senate, as we know, has not brought it up.
Come on.
We all know executive orders can be overturned. So I'm wondering how important it is to the president to get Congress to bring this, to pass legislation. So there are no instances like the past administration.
You gonna buy a house in Gaza?
tried to destroy Title IX.
It's incredibly important that Congress immediately acts on this priority. I think the president is really setting the tone, making this a very immediate priority for
Show
this
Trump
administration,
Concord.
just as he promised to do on the campaign trail. And I'd like to get into the executive order a little bit because it is the news of the day here at the White
Spread misinformation says, yeah, and Trump doesn't want to be exposed. You're probably you could be right. You could be right about that.
House and talk about what this executive action will actually do. So the executive order that the president will be signing later this afternoon, as I said, upholds the promise of Title IX. It also will require the DOJ to abide by the nationwide previous administration's illegal Title IX rewrite that would have dissolved single-sex spaces and opportunities.
Oh, geez.
It also requires immediate action, including enforcement actions against schools and athletic associations comprised of schools that deny women single-sex sports in single-sex locker rooms. The executive order also calls for the convening of private sporting bodies in the White House. We want them to come to this campus.
Trump has pics out there with him and Epstein. So does every other celebrity and influential politician in the last 50 years. Right? So, I mean, that doesn't really make sense, right? I'm all for agreeing that Trump may be involved with Epstein. Yeah, probably. Maybe. I don't know. Probably. You could be right. But like Epstein has pics with literally him with every celebrity and every influential politician in the last 40 years. So, yeah, I mean, that's probably, that's why it's not going to get leaked. Especially if Trump's involved. It's not going to get leaked, obviously, right now. And also, no one else is in favor of it on Capitol Hill. Because, why? Why? Because they're all involved, man. Vespasian, the glory of Rome is forever. What's up, dude? How you doing, buddy? See, that's a good point. If he went to the island, last administration would have released it. That's true. Yeah, you're right. See, so there's some things you can think about there. Yeah, they would have immediately. Yeah, of course, they would have. They would have fucking nuked that shit to the freaking moon and back. Keep in mind, we have a goal at the top of the chat. 1 red boy for 5 gifted memberships. Don't forget. What's up, Jennifer? How you doing? Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. See, I'm stupid. I'm not a smart man.
So the president can hear in person the stories of female athletes who have suffered lifelong injuries, who have been silenced and forced to shower with men and compete with men on athletic fields across the country. Many of those women will be at the White House today. I encourage all of you in the media to actually talk to them, to hear their stories. And I would also just add one more thing. This is a wildly popular position with the American people. In fact, there was a new poll recently that showed the overwhelming majority of Democrats also support keeping biological men out of women's sports. And so I know the president is very excited about the bill signing that will take place at 3:00.
Don't believe retard Twitter radicals. They're not real.
Forward to seeing you there, Sage. So thank you.
Yeah, this was my point earlier with normies, right? This is my point earlier with normies. And I keep in mind, I don't mean normie as a negative thing. People think that the word normie has negative connotation. It doesn't. Normie just means people that don't really are not super active on social media and really involved and follow content creators or follow specific accounts on X or specific, news cycles or stuff like that. That's really hyper involved, or small echo chambers. Like if you would have been on Twitter in 2018 or 2019, really rather, you would think that like 50% of people were 100% for like children being operated on. You would think that if you were on Twitter all day in 2019. That's not the truth. When you get normies involved in in the actual discussion of these things, everybody was like, no, thank you. It's like 85, 90% of people are not in favor of this shit. Hence why you probably don't need to stand behind that kind of shit. Yeah, I agree. Thank God for the normies, bro. They keep the world going.
Very, very much. Garrett, great to see you here today.
Thank you. On Gaza, the president has spent basically his entire public career criticizing foreign entanglements, nation building,
This is a
sending
good
American
question.
troops to fight abroad,
Yeah, true.
particularly in the Middle East.
True.
This plan seems like it could ultimately involve all of those things.
Yeah.
Can you explain this reversal and how building
Why?
and owning Gaza squares with America First foreign policy?
I would reject the premise of your question that this forces the United States to be entangled in conflicts abroad.
I
The
think it
president is
does.
not
I think
committed
everybody
to putting
knows it
boots on the
does.
ground in Gaza. He has also said that the United States is not going to pay for the rebuilding of Gaza. His administration is going to work with our partners in the region to reconstruct this region. And let me just take a step back here, because this is an out-of-the-box idea. That's who President Trump is.
Mhm.
That's why the American people elected him. And his goal is lasting peace in the Middle East for all people in the region. And as I said in my opening remarks, we've had the same people pushing the same solutions to this problem for decades. And it's been made very clear to the president that the United States needs to be involved in this rebuilding effort to ensure stability in the region for all people. That does not mean boots on the ground in Gaza. It does not mean American taxpayers will be funding this effort.
All that other politicians have been doing for the last 50 years is selling bills to the American people that would benefit whatever military contracts their family or distant family, were involved in. That's all that they were trying to do. Hence why you would always hear about them funding both sides, because they're making money on both things. So it never really, it's that the issue is not to be fixed. The issue is to be continued to make money on it, right? It's like cancer research. Cancer research will never be cured. Why? There's billions upon billions of dollars in cancer research. Tons of these organizations are skimming that money. They're never going to let that shit go. Oh, well, okay, cancer's cured, so we're going to close down all the research facilities. No, they're not giving up that money. Sorry, not happening.
It means Donald Trump, who is the best deal maker on the planet, is going to strike a deal with our partners in the region.
Yeah, we'll
You did
see
not rule
about
out
that.
American troops in Gaza last night. Are you doing that now?
I am saying that the president has not committed to that just yet. He has not made that commitment, and you know that.
And on the foreign partners, the Jordanians, the Egyptians, the Saudis have already panned this plan. What foreign partners, if any, have expressed any interest in being part of it?
Well, the president has said he's been socialing this
You're not
idea
gonna say
for quite
that.
some time. He's been thinking about this.
Yeah.
He said in his remarks last night, this was not a decision or an announcement that he takes lightly. And the president has already spoken to the president El-Sisi. In fact, that was his first foreign leader call. He's meeting with the King of Jordan, King Abdullah, next week. He spoke with the King of Bahrain. He spoke with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. And he has made it very clear. He's been very vocal that he expects our partners in the region, particularly Egypt and Jordan, to accept Palestinian refugees temporarily so that we can rebuild their home.
How you wear a headset with a hat? Well, I didn't wash my hair today. I wash my hair like once every 2 days, and I don't really feel like washing it every single day. So wear a hat on the stream days. I don't wash my hair. Where'd it go? Somebody said something really intriguing, and I missed it. Oh, I guess it's not as intriguing as I remember. Dead Fish says, "Have you ever watched Asha Speed? Dude gets 1,000 subs every minute." Yeah, dude, that's pretty cool. You know what's weird about all those things is, or let me go back to it. I'm sorry. There are creators out there that legitimately struggle. I am not one of them. I struggle in my own right in different ways, but I do fine. There are creators out there that struggle every day, and they are very entertaining creators. And I don't really know what possesses people to give iShow Speed or Kai or all these guys like 500 grand every 2 days. There are kids that will beg for their mom's credit card so they can donate $500 to iShow Speed, hoping that he'll just see the donation, and he won't, by the way. And there are so many creators out there you could support that have 20 watchers, 30 watchers, 50 watchers, that you could drop a $20 super chat and change their life. Not only, obviously the support's great. The monetary support's awesome. But just the fact that they realize that you see value in what they're doing could literally change their life. That's why a lot of the times I'll go into small streamers chats, or I'll raid small streamers. That's a big one I do. I love to raid small streamers. And I'll donate like $10 or $20 almost every time I go into a small stream, which is not very, it's like once every 2 or 3 days, because I can't really afford to do more than that. I wish I could, but I just can't. Times are tough, baby. But these creators that you give $100,000 to a day, they don't care. They have They have partnerships with companies that are paying them $100 million. They don't care about your super chat. They don't care about your membership. They could give 2 fucks about that stuff. And if only smaller creators could get a piece of the pie, it would literally save their lives. It would save, it would know, not only would it increase their morale, it would show them that this is an opportunity for them to actually do something and give them purpose. A lot of people are stuck, man. Trust me. You can go back to my first stream ever, because I was that guy. My first stream ever in June of 2019. I played Oblivion. A couple hundred people watched me play Oblivion. And people donated like $800. And I literally lost my shit and just like started sobbing like a baby. And it wasn't because I was like, wow, this is so nice, right? You know, although that's on your mind, obviously. It's the fact that you're like, holy shit, people see value in what I'm doing and people actually want to be here. Like, this might be a thing I can do. This might be like people actually value what I have going on. And that's what like gets you emotional. It's like, holy shit, like this is real. This is real people. These are real people that are supporting you. And that changed my life. And here we are over 5 years later, still doing it. And we're at 416 naked snakes in a row, boys. Damn. Son. So yeah, I'll never understand. Like I'll always throw super chats at small streamers. I would never donate to a streamer that has like $100 million contracts. I don't know why people do. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything to them. It doesn't help them. It's weird. Their viewership number alone gets some contracts for companies like Nike and shit. None of that matters anymore. They've rose above that, you know.
I'd like to show you some images of Gaza that were taken. Fox News aired this. I mean, that is, as they put it,
wow, look at that
apocalyptic scene
yes.
In Gaza. This is an uninhabitable place for human beings. Do you really think that families can live their dream in a region that looks like this, with no running water, no
looks
electricity?
Pretty bad.
And the special envoy to the president, Steve Witkoff, recently traveled to Gaza, as you all know, and he came back with images that he showed the president of the dire situation.
Y'all haven't got notification
and the president made this decision
How many y'all got
with
notification?
a humanitarian heart for all people in the region. Peter.
Thank you, Caroline. Are any officials here preparing to fight Democratic lawmakers in the streets?
Absolutely not.
So
thanks for the question.
Some
fight them in the
Democrats
streets?
are so steamed about DOGE. Congresswoman LaMonica McIver says we are at war. Ilhan Omar says we might actually see somebody get killed. And Chris Van Hollen says we have to fight this in the Congress. We have to fight this in the streets. So what now?
And may I just point out, if you heard that type
Sounds like
of
someone needs a wellness check
rhetoric from our side of the aisle, from Republican leaders on Capitol Hill, I think there would be a lot more outrage in this room today. It's unacceptable, the comments that have been made by these Democrat leaders. And frankly,
inciting violence,
they don't even know what they're talking about, because President Trump was elected with a mandate from the American people to make this government more efficient. He campaigned across this country with Elon Musk.
She's
vowing
right.
that
People
Elon
voted
was
for
going to
Elon
head up
doing
the
this.
Department of Government Efficiency, and the two of them, with a great team around them, were.
Yeah, this is the weirdest cope that is kind of existing right now. And it's the fact that, love you, Jared Bonus. It's the fact that for some reason, you know, obviously Elon Musk is, you know, the head of DOGE, and they're looking into the USAID right now, right? That's literally what they were elected to do. That's their job description. And for some odd reason, like instead of lawmakers and people that are against this explaining why the spending is so insane and ridiculous and why does it exist and how do you defend it, they just say that Elon Musk is doing illegal stuff and he needs to go to prison. And I'm so confused. What do you mean? No, what? No, nothing. What are you talking about? None of this is illegal. I'm so confused. They're like, yeah, it's illegal. He needs to go to jail. I'm like, I don't get what you're saying. Is this all you have? All you have is it's illegal when it's not? Well, I guess you're fucked then. If it was me, I would be defending this spending. I would be trying to figure out, oh, oopsie daisy, maybe we went too far. Save face a little. Love you, Jenna. Thank you. But that's all. I don't know. I don't get it. Yes, Sonia, the streak's still alive. Yeah, I disregarded gaming stream streaks. It's a little too brutal on a gaming stream, right? So
We're going to look at the
Mr.
receipts of
Blackstar.
this federal government and ensure it's accountable to American taxpayers. That's all that is happening here. And for Democrat officials to incite
No, they didn't.
violence and encourage Americans to
How many of
take
y'all
to
who
the
voted for
streets
Trump
is incredibly
voted
alarming,
for
and they
Elon
should
to
be
do
held
this?
accountable for that rhetoric.
How many of
Sounds
you
like
guys-
something that they're most concerned about is DOGE engineers with access to Treasury systems. Can you clarify?
How about
Do the DOGE engineers have read-only access in these systems, so they are not allowed to write new code? They are not. Okay.
No.
And then one more thing. NBC is reporting that some of the illegal immigrants that we've seen rounded up and arrested are not being deported. They're being released with ankle or wrist monitoring devices, or they have to check in on the phone. So is the administration arresting more people than you have room for?
I have seen the reports, and I'm glad you brought it up because we want to address it.
Interesting. This is interesting. What's up, Mr. Blackstar? I'm doing good, baby. I'm doing good. We are farmers. Keep in mind, everybody, there's a goal at the top of the screen. 1 Red Boy Super Chat, and we gift 5 memberships every single time in the chat randomly to these beautiful people in the chat. Appreciate you guys. I love you. We are an orange boy and a red boy from a rainbow night. And we're up against the 417th naked snake in a row. Elon is cool. Yeah. I think Elon does what he says he's going to do. All right. Enriquez.
There have been a total of 461 illegal aliens. This is of this morning when I got this information from DHS that have been released from custody of the more than 8,000 that have been arrested since President Trump was inaugurated. It's less than 6%. And there are reasons for their release. Some of the factors include a lack of significant likelihood of removal in the foreseeable future, lack of detention availability, which is something this president and this administration has been incredibly vocal about. We are doing everything we can to deport and detain illegal immigrants, but we need Congress's help to increase funding for Border Patrol and for ICE to increase detention capability in our facilities. And then other serious medical conditions have also been the reasons for some of the release of these individuals. But none of them have final deportation orders. Many of them are probably contesting their immigration status. I'd refer you to DHS for more details, but I did.
Isn't that kind of refreshing? What's up, Agwon? I'll post it for you. I need to post it somewhere. It changes, Arikas. So we're currently kind of like adding races right now. Yeah, McSteller. We're currently adding races, roughly. So it's kind of changing, but we have a strict schedule of like, I don't know. I don't think I have it up here. Yeah, I don't have it up here. You know, Daytona, it's like Kern, Daytona, Phoenix, Martinsville, Talladega, Kansas, Texas, Charlotte, Pocono, IRP, Richmond, Talladega. It keeps going. So everything's are changing. So anything Central or Midwest? I don't know. Texas, Midwest. I'm not running Iowa, I don't think. Arizona. There's 2 Arizona races, right? I think. Anyways, let's continue.
Did get that information because I knew it'd be a question. So thank you. Sure.
Yeah, sure. Of course, that makes sense.
The president and you here again today.
Send them to El Salvador.
Devastation. You think Palestinians have no choice but to leave Gaza and go elsewhere. But Palestinians say this is their home. They don't want to
Fucking
go.
Paul.
The president last night said he's willing to use the military if necessary. Is the U.S. prepared to remove Palestinians from Gaza by force?
The president is
8K in
prepared
2
to
weeks is
rebuild
low.
Gaza
Yeah, I think
for
it is too.
Palestinians and all people in the region, peace-loving people who want real economic development and opportunity in the region. This is a region that has been controlled by Iranian-backed terrorists, Hamas, who have brutalized not just Israelis, but Palestinians too. It is because of Hamas that you see those images on that screen, that Gaza has become a demolition site because Hamas launched that brutal attack on Israel on October.
No, Arikas. I think Daytona is the only beach. James, Denver area. Close I'm getting is Tucson, Arizona. John Brown says, do you race an ARCA? I race an ARCA and the Craftsman Truck Series.
The 7th. And so again, I would stress, President Trump wants to ensure that this can be a place where all people can live in peace. He is a peacemaker in chief. He made that very clear in his first term. And as for how that will be accomplished, the president and his team are talking with our allies in the region to consider next steps.
But should the American people be prepared to see U.S. military on the ground fighting a ground war against Hamas?
Again, the president has not committed to U.S. troops in the region.
But it is an option.
I have said that the president has not committed to that yet. Sure.
If I could just follow up on that, though, why not rule out the idea of committing U.S. troops? This has been a long-standing argument that the president has made really over the last decade or so, talking about endless wars and not something U.S. ones. Why not rule out?
Because I think the president is very good when he's making deals and negotiating, not to rule out anything because he wants to preserve that leverage in negotiations. And so I think that's what
obviously that's what.
Yep, 100%. John Brown said you'll be racing at Daytona. Yeah, Daytona's next Saturday. Yes, sir. Rage. Love you, dude. Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate your rage. Thank you for all your love and support. Big shout out to our super chats tonight. CW, I love you. I appreciate you. Billy Hatcher, I love you. I appreciate you. Can't wait to see you Thursday or Friday, something like that. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Don't forget 430 until Naked Snake. In Cup Series, maybe after tomorrow. No. I will never race in the Cup Series. It's not a thing, man. It's not obtainable. It's one of those things, man. It's not it is a very, 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 very long shot for a normal person like me to get to the Xfinity Series. It's very long shot. Almost impossible. Cup Series is not even possible. It's not possible. I could race like 300 times in Xfinity Series, and I would never. They wouldn't approve me for Cup likely. I don't really know the parameters around it, but I'm pretty sure that wouldn't happen.
Other than that, though, he also said that everyone loves this plan. He said that in the Oval Office.
Oh, everybody loves it.
Really? Prime Minister
He said that?
Called it the declaration of war on the Arab people. So how does he square the fact that even some Republicans on the Hill are objecting to this or questioning this? How does he square the fact saying everyone loves this plan?
Well, King Abdullah of Jordan will be here next week, so I can provide you more context on the conversations he will have directly with the President of the United States after that meeting. And I would just point out that there's been a lot of leaders and officials all around the world who have doubted, I suppose, the deal-making ability of President Trump. You heard the Panama leader saying that he would not agree to some of the concessions that he has now made because of Secretary Rubio's visit.
No.
You had the Colombian president saying he wouldn't accept flights of Colombian illegal nationals who have entered into our country illegally, and those flights are underway. So actions speak louder than words. Dasha.
Like you said, the president has been working on this idea for a while behind the scenes now. Is there a written plan based on the president's proposal for Gaza? And if so, when was it drafted and who had a hand in that?
The plan was written in the president's remarks last night.
He just made it up.
Revealed it to the world and to the American
So
people.
he just
And his team are continuing to be engaged on this effort. I saw the National Security Advisor this morning. He has a very busy day of calls. And they
all right.
continue to engage with our partners. That includes Chief
what?
Witkoff as well. Mary.
Two questions.
Surprise,
today.
bitch.
So how is today's executive order going to impact
Vespacia, my boy, says Goal has 6 minutes left for a $100 super chat. Oh my God. Vespasian says the glory of Rome forever. Do you know your truck schedule? Good to see you. I was cheating on you with Gunham, you son of a bitch. And Canel. Yeah, I know my truck schedule. The confirmed, because stuff changes, but there's confirmed stuff that's locked in, and then stuff can pop up, right? So since it's my first year, it's kind of a part-time basis, and then it will hopefully go into full time. Is kind of what we're hoping for. It's I can't remember. It's like it's Martinsville, Rockingham, Kansas, Texas, Charlotte, Pocono, IRP, Richmond, likely Talladega, and then it kind of blah, 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 keeps going. So it just depends. That's the set in stone stuff, though. Thank you. I love you. Deadfish says, what'd you say? You said sign up as an alternate driver. Someone gets 60. It doesn't work like that. Like you would have to be approved to like run the series regardless. And I think I'm too old. That's one of like the drawbacks. I think you would have to get in at like 18 and like really gain a lot of experience at that age before you, and then move up slowly like through that. So I don't think I'd ever get approved for that. Thank you, Vespasian. I love you. Appreciate you. I love you, dude. Renegade says, impossible, you say? Didn't Trump say doing the impossible is what Americans do best? Hell yeah. Thank you. Renegade Shurigan. I appreciate you, dude. Hell yeah.
the 2028
He was free-balling?
in Los
Yeah.
Angeles? For example, would a man who thinks that he's a transgender woman be allowed to compete as a female on U.S.
Oh,
soil?
man.
It's
Well,
a
obviously
very
no,
good
right?
question, and the president has actually mentioned this, that he does expect the Olympic Committee and the NCAA to no longer allow men to compete in women's sports. And I think the president, with the signing of his pen, starts a very public pressure campaign on these organizations to do the right thing
Yeah, he
for
does.
women and for girls across the country. Again, this is an incredibly
That's a
popular
fact.
position. There have been many notable female athletes who have had the courage to speak out against some very powerful institutions in this country. They deserve to have a voice and a say. The president is bringing their voice to the highest level at the White House this afternoon, and he expects these organizations to comply with this federal executive order that he'll be signing today.
Thank you. And one more on media coverage of this executive order and the topic in general. What's the White House's view of framing that calls men transgender females or similar rhetoric coming from organizations like the ACLU and GLAAD?
What?
Well, it's been very clear. The policy of this administration is that there are only two sexes, male and female. Pretty simple. Brian Glenn.
Even old Pierre echoed that same statement. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. I saw a chat and I was like, oh, I gotta fucking read that chat, and then I lost the chat. It's gone. It's gone. Fuck. Oh, the last secretary. Okay, so like the last secretary, press secretary, you got to understand what she was dealing with. Like a lot of people, like, look, I didn't like her. No one really liked her, right? But you got to understand what she was tasked with. She was tasked with an administration that was not transparent at all. Nothing they did was real. They didn't really do anything. And it was almost impossible for her to like explain her way or their way out of anything. Like she was tasked with a hard job, dude. Like, why is Biden doing this? No one knows because he doesn't know and he didn't do it. Somebody else did it. Right? Like it was just an impossible job, right? Whereas this girl has kind of an easy job. You know, she's doing a great job. It's like, hey, yes or no question, is this a thing? And she's like, nope. And they're like, okay, moving on. That's it. Because the answer is right there. Right?
USA ID has gotten a lot of attention the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Bizarre things that we've been, taxpayers have been.
That's about it.
Now it looks like there are a couple media outlets that have been dragged into this conversation as far as USA ID funding as well. Does the president have any comment on that?
So upon coming out here to the briefing room, I was made aware of the funding from USAID to media outlets, including Politico, who I know has a seat in this room. And I can confirm that the more than 8 million taxpayer dollars that have gone to essentially subsidizing subscriptions to Politico on the American taxpayers' dime will no longer be happening.
Wait.
The DOGE team is working on canceling those.
That's real?
Again, this is a whole of government effort to ensure that
oh my
we are going
God.
line by line.
Yeah, that's real. So all that information that came out yesterday was real. And people that when you ask people to defend it, keep in mind, I've talked about this a lot today. If you ask people to defend what was happening with our tax dollars, they would just say, oh, well, I don't believe that. That's what they would say. Oh, well, I don't believe it. What's your source? I'm like, it's in black and white. It's in the audit. Here's your amount of money and what it was used for in the USAID. It's right there. And they were like, well, I don't believe that. So you can't really argue with people like that. If they don't, if you can show them an official document and they're like, I don't believe it, then you can't really go any further, right? So yeah, that was 100% true. Taxpayers paid $8 million to subsidize memberships to a media outlet called Politico, which is an extreme left-leaning media outlet that put hit pieces out on Elon Musk and Trump for like the last several years. And it was paid for by, guess what? Your taxes. Your guys' taxes in the chat that live in the U.S. Enjoy. You literally paid for that. Pretty crazy, right? Wild shit. Wild shit. Yep. Pretty intense. How do you defend that? How do you rectify that? And I like implore somebody that finds themselves on the left side, or maybe they're a liberal, whatever, which is totally fine. How do you rectify that? Because no one's rectifying it. No one can tell me what's going on. Obviously, everybody that's a conservative is like, what the fuck, right? But when you ask somebody that might be a liberal, you're like, what exactly? How do you rectify that? And they're like, well, it's illegal that Elon Musk has access. He's a dictator. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with what I'm asking you? What is that? How do you rectify this $8 million to this media outlet that's extremely left-leaning? How? And they're like, oh, well, you're gay. And they just run away. Anyways, yeah, you're gay. What's up, Al Guang? Yeah, dude, Al Guang, they're going to go into more outlets. It's going to be crazy. By the way, we're a fifth of the way to Naked Snake. A fifth of the way to Naked Snake tonight for the 417th stream in a row. One red boy from a rainbow night. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Thank you, Best Spacium, for your orange boy. I love you, dude. Appreciate you. Make sure you guys like the show. We're almost to 300 already, son.
When it comes to the federal government's
Bro.
views. And this president and his team are making decisions across the board on Do these receipts serve the interests of the American people?
These roaches are
Is
getting
this a good
snipped,
use
man.
of the American taxpayers' money? If it is not,
This is
that
bad.
funding will no longer be sent abroad, and American taxpayers will see significant savings because of that.
Oh, God.
Thank you. I'd like to give some love to the back row. I've heard that unfortunately they haven't been called on in years past. So Reagan, why don't you go ahead? Thanks, Carol.
Shocking. Al Guang says I can barely afford food because these people want to fund themselves with tax money. Absolutely insane, right? Absolutely insane that we found ourselves in a system where $20 million is given to Angelina Jolie, a celebrity. She was in Tomb Raider, if you remember, and The Smiths. She was given $20 million taxpayer money to go to Ukraine and to film and do a photo shoot for Ukrainian propaganda, paid for by the U.S. taxpayer. How is that legal? How does that exist? Sean Penn got $4 million. I guess he didn't negotiate well enough. She got $20 million, Al Guang. Last time you filed your taxes, yeah, some of your taxes went to Angelina Jolie, a celebrity that's worth millions upon millions of dollars, to go to Ukraine to take some pictures with kids so they can post them online and say, we need to help. How is that legal? How does that exist? It's unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. And like, how is there not riots in the streets? I'll tell you why. Because there's no media outlet talking about this. None of them are talking, except for Fox, obviously. No one's talking about this. Because they can't defend it, nor can they rectify it. There's nothing they can say. So the only people saying anything are not talking about it, and they're saying, "Oh, Elon Musk is what he's doing is illegal." Well, what is he doing exactly? Anchor of CNN. What is he doing exactly? What is he finding out exactly? Oh, nothing. It's just it's illegal. It's illegal what he's doing. He's illegal. And they're trying to claim that Elon Musk has access to Americans' bank accounts and is going to steal their money. They actually are saying this on live TV. It's pretty unfreaking believable. They're claiming that Elon Musk has access to people's bank accounts and is going to take their tax money like they have been taking it for the last 50 years and giving it to celebrities. Pretty insane. And there are people that believe it. There are people that actually believe that Elon Musk is taking your money. Even though the agreement in writing is they only have read-only access to the audit. They don't have they can't do anything with it. They only have read-only. And if you guys know how Excel or anything works, read-only, you guys know what that means. So, Tomb Raider Jolie was hot. Shut up. SQPR. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you, Vespasian. I love you. Michael Trujillo says, I've had friends who've done government work. It's mind-blowing learning how the government contracts work. It's so insane and it's hard to believe. It's more like something out of a cartoon, but it's real. I've been saying this for years. I have friends that work on base in my city, and they will pay like a company $25,000 to paint a 12 by 12 building or a 12 by 12 room. $25,000 for a 12 by 12 room. I have friends in the military that said when they would get to the end of the month, if they were not at budget, they would burn fuel. They would just catch it on fire and shoot bullets into the ground to keep their budgets up. Literally catching money on fire. Thank you, Mario. I love you, Mario.
The New York Times, too?
Announced that comedian
No,
Amber
Marcella.
Ruffin, who has called the president a toddler with his pants pulled down,
Who cares?
will be the entertainment for this year's Correspondents' Dinner. Does the White House have a reaction to this choice, and will the president be attending the dinner?
It's a
this year?
joke.
Certainly an interesting choice. I have the president's invitation
Gives a
on my
fuck.
desk. I have the invitation from myself on my desk as well. Haven't talked to the president about it. When he makes his decision, I will let you all know. But definitely an interesting choice of the comedian. I'll talk to the boss about it and see what we decide. Sure, go ahead.
Caroline, in the back.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Appreciate it. On the executive order set to be signed today, you said that this will be enforced. Can you spell out for schools and the public how exactly the administration plans to enforce this, even at a local level?
Nope.
And on top of that, there are human rights groups who say that this could expose kids to discrimination. What is your response to that?
I think kids have already been exposed to discrimination, especially young women and girls who have been forced to shower in locker rooms with biological men, who have been forced to compete on playing fields with biological men, which is incredibly unfair and unsafe.
Fucking
and again,
obviously.
An incredibly unpopular policy with the American people. As for the actions that this executive order takes, I already laid those out at the beginning of the briefing. I'm happy to give you a copy of this fact sheet so you can let your audiences across the country know.
What's the message to schools who don't comply with this?
They should, because it's going to be federal law in about an hour and a half. So your colleagues, you're right. To my
Thanks,
left.
Caroline.
Yes.
Taylor with Spectrum News. You talked a bit about DOGE. Elon Musk is currently a, quote, special government employee who also owns companies that have billions of dollars in federal contracts. You said earlier this week that he has abided by all applicable federal laws, but what steps is the Trump administration taking to address that conflict of interest?
He already talked about that.
The president was already asked and answered this question this week, and he said if Elon Musk comes across a conflict of interest with the contracts,
how do I know this? It's not even my job.
That Elon will excuse himself from those contracts, and he has again abided by all applicable laws. In the back left, go ahead.
Why they ask these questions? So like Asmongold's like, why are they asking this? I've heard this. They're asking the question to hopefully get her to say something incriminating or wrong or something they can make a hit piece out of. Press secretary says Elon Musk is a conflict of interest. Me, right? That's the whole point. So, yeah, dude, that's what they do. It's totally what they do, man. 390 until Negative Snake.
Trade advisor Peter Navarro, when asked about the External Revenue Service today, said, quote, we're going to collect a lot of tariff revenues. We're going to get tax cuts out of it. Is it the official position of the White House that tariffs will lower taxes for Americans?
The president has always been clear that he believes tariffs are a tax on foreign nations, and he's committed to cutting taxes for the American people here at home. He also believes tariffs are a great revenue raiser for this country, and that's exactly why he has committed to the creation of the External Revenue Service, which I think is a phenomenal idea.
We have to take other people's money and then make it our money.
The BBC, can you confirm that under the president's plans?
Here's the thing, man. If we create the ERS, the External Revenue Service, which it seems like that's in the process for happening if it hasn't already, it needs to replace the IRS. There doesn't need to be two. I cannot see a positive around adding another taxable, like our taxation organization. It has to be one or the other. And I would obviously prefer the ERS. Obviously, I think everybody in the chat would, with the exception of like 3 people that don't actually pay into net pay into taxes. You'll notice that if you're ever talking to a friend, if they defend the IRS, it's because they don't net pay into taxes. And as soon as they do the first time, they become a taxationist theft person immediately. Right? So that's just how that works. That's human nature. If you don't net pay in, you don't have a perspective. And I've seen a lot of people try to defend it. Well, what about our roads and our schools? None of that's from the federal taxes. I don't know what you're talking about. It's gas tax, property tax. Come on, keep up. Like, keep up with shit. The IRS, 99% of it goes towards the military industrial complex. But where will all that ammunition go if the IRS is abolished? Where will it go?
In Gaza, any and all Palestinians who want to stay in Gaza on their land will be allowed to do so.
I can confirm that the president is committed to rebuilding Gaza and to temporarily relocating those who are there, because as I've showed you repeatedly, it is a demolition site. There is no running water. There is no electricity.
Damn.
The president wants these individuals to live in peace. He is committed to doing that with this very bold new plan, and we will continue to keep you apprised of updates as we receive them.
I think that's not an answer.
Yes, go ahead.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So now that the President Trump's policies are starting to take shape, how long will it take to cycle through and get some of the actual prices that Americans are paying to come down?
Prices at the store.
That's a great question.
Across the board,
That's a good question.
Well, the president is doing everything he can, obviously, to reduce the cost of living crisis in this country as quickly as possible. That's why he signed a litany of executive orders across the board. In the first couple of weeks here, he declared a national energy emergency. He committed to cutting 10 regulations for every new one on the book. As you know, working for a Fox Business-related outlet, deregulation and energy independence are huge drivers of reducing inflation in this country. And I think Americans can be assured by the results President Trump had in his first term, when, again, inflation was 1.4% when he left office.
Months, or is it a year? And will Americans have the patience to wait for it?
I don't have a timeline, but the president is doing everything that's
3 hours, 5 minutes, and 2 seconds
for Americans at home.
Why is pepper spray banned in Canada?
Is it worth risking the life of a single U.S. Marine?
What?
Yeah, I don't really think you can give a timeline on something that's like fluid, right? And there's this common misconception that people on the right voted for the Conservative Party because they wanted lower prices. Sure, that was probably in the equation somewhere. I think most normal people with above room temperature IQs understand that stuff can't change overnight. But most people voted for the government to be burned down. That's what most people did. They voted for the insanity to stop. Inflation's a tiny piece of that. Very, very small piece of that. They want the government gone. Less government involved in your lives. That's what everybody's voting for. Hence why the whole eggs meme doesn't make sense. Frank Tunker says, I hate it when someone abuses their power in the government. It's stupid that people use money for power, though. I don't know if this is how other people feel. Well, you've probably been feeling really pissed off the last couple of days then. Finding out where your tax dollars go. Assuming you pay taxes here in the U.S. Pretty freaking crazy shit going on right now. Crazy shit, man. Like the show. We're 25 likes away from 300 and 390 in super chats away from Naked Snake. We got a lot of time left, so we're good. Thank you guys so much. 417 Naked Snakes up on the dock. Appreciate all your support tonight and all your beautiful super chats for us small redneck streamers. We love you. We appreciate you. That's what I said, Leah Dara. I was talking to somebody at the gym today, and I was like, why do you think they tried to shoot at him 3 different times? Why do you think they tried? Come on. What's up, Balian?
That starts with C.
Into the Riviera of the Middle East.
Phil, I'm not sure why you're asking me that question because I've already said the president has not committed to sending Marines or any boots on the ground in Gaza. We'll bring it to the front row.
Possibility.
Good to see you again here in the front row, Caroline. 2 things.
My poor guy's not paying attention. He asked the same question somebody else asked. Got to pay attention, bro. He's he's just like spaced out waiting for his time to ask a question and completely fucks it up.
Bring it to the front row.
Possibility.
Good to see you again here in the front row, Caroline. 2 things. On today's announcement, Title IX. If he scales back the education department or moves to shut it down entirely, what entity will enforce Title IX?
As of now, this will be enforced through education through Title IX. Is if the abolishment of the Department of Education continues, which, as the president said yesterday, it's something his team is looking at and considering. It's something he talked a lot about on the campaign trail. Then, of course, we will look at additional maneuvers to ensure that these very important policies can be implemented.
Okay, so the education abolishment thing still in.
What about RFK?
The president talked about it yesterday in the Oval Office, and he has good reason to talk about it. I mean, look,
what about pure cream, sugar, Coca-Cola?
Failing students in this country. The Nation's Report card, I brought it up in my remarks last week. It shows that 4th graders are not reading at the level they should. I believe it was 40% of them are proficient in reading. As the mother of a child, I want an education system that helps my child read and write, teaches him math, nothing else in the classroom. And the president is wholeheartedly committed.
The reason why schools are bad is they have to be made for retards.
In this country.
We got a bunch of stupid people in school. Should put them in coal mines.
President, is he looking at offering anything to these?
That's the problem.
Here's the issue, man. The Department of Education, a lot of people have very strange opinions about the Department of Education because when they don't really know what it is, right? When people hear with zero, like, I guess, context of what the Department of Education actually is, they just take the name of the organization at face value. Department of Education, and people quite literally will quote tweet with full confidence, if they get rid of the Department of Education, we're all going to be stupid because it's called the Department of Education, and education means we're getting educated by the Department of Education. If that's gone, then we're all stupid. They don't actually have any idea what the Department of Education does. They just say that because they see the name of it says Department of Education. So they're like, oh, but if they get rid of that, then we won't have any education. It's a pretty outrageous thing that people, I can't believe they like unironically say it with full confidence. But if we get rid of the Department of Education, there'll be no more education. It's unfucking believable. I've actually seen people on Twitter say that like in a less stupid way. Oh, great. Now everybody's going to be dumb because they're getting rid of the Department of Education. Actually saw that tweet today and it had 100,000 botted likes. 100,000 botted likes. And they unironically was like, great, now everybody's going to be dumb. 100,000 botted likes. Of course, they had like 8 replies because it's not a real post. But I thought it was pretty funny. There's some of your USAID money, by the way, going towards these botted likes.
Problem.
That take in Palestinians.
Take the bottom 20%, put them in mines.
And secondly, when the president announced
Take the craft out of Minecraft.
taking over Gaza policy yesterday,
Just make it happen.
was Netanyahu aware of this, and what was his reaction when Trump presented that idea to him?
I was not, I won't get ahead of the president's discussions or negotiations on your first question about what would be offered. I think the president's made it clear that he expects these nations in the region to step up and to accept Palestinian refugees who will be temporarily relocated for the rebuilding of Gaza. As for whether Prime Minister Netanyahu was aware before the president's remarks, he was indeed. I wasn't present for that reaction. But again, this is something the president has been socializing and thinking about for quite some time. Nick, good to see you.
Oh, Jordan.
Jordan,
Thank
sorry.
you, Caroline. So Secretary Hexat announced yesterday that Army recruiting levels have reached 12-year highs in December, 15-year highs in January. What is making young people want to serve the military under the Trump administration, and how does that contrast to Biden's failure?
Yeah, no shit, obviously.
Yeah.
Imagine how many people signed up to be Border Patrol.
Anti-DI agenda play a role in this.
Well, first of all, the recruitment level for all branches of our military are at crisis levels, and it serves as a national security
The Helldivers
risk,
moment, yeah.
that our military branches are not fully staffed to where they need to be. And I do believe it's a culture problem within these
Yeah,
institutions that the
Biden was a
president
demented
is very
retard,
much committed
and nobody wanted to
fixing,
support that.
emphasized by the
obviously.
executive orders he has signed.
Isaac Desmond says, does Cody have the... Oh, yes, I do. The CW says, does Asmongold usually not talk about this stuff? Yeah, he's been talking about it kind of almost exclusively for a minute now, with sprinkled in video game stuff, right? So, and I think it's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy the base. You can tell Asmongold feels a little bit more safe to kind of just say whatever the hell is on his mind now, which is, I think, good. People got way too afraid. Way too afraid of being canceled over literally everything. Everything. There should be no situation, especially not in this country. Obviously, I get that we're really lucky where we are. But there should never be a situation where you say that Trump is based, or the press secretary is based, or you're not in favor of women having to compete in contact sports with men, or children should be left alone. There should never be a situation from any organization, any studio, including Hollywood, any corporation that will fire you over saying something like that. That is not a spicy opinion at all. It's just that, an opinion. And luckily, within 2 weeks, now it's almost like we're back to 2013. You can kind of be like, yeah, we don't want children involved. And everybody agrees. It's very strange how that happened in 2 weeks, right? Whereas 2 years ago, you could say, I don't want women fighting biological men in the ring. And you would get fired from your job. 4 years ago, if you said you were not in favor of the COVID vax, you could get banned permanently on YouTube. People memory hold that one a lot. Pretty insane shit. Pretty insane shit. So, just letting that out. And I think Asmongold is like, oh, I can kind of be a little bit looser about what I say, and that's totally cool. You should be able to say like none of this is spicy, in my opinion. None of this is spicy at all, right? But there are still organizations that will fire you in a heartbeat for some of this stuff. Stuff that I could understand is you like calling openly somebody a slur, like a really hard slur, which is something you shouldn't do anyway. I wouldn't do it because I've never, I feel like that doesn't really solve anything, but companies probably would and should do that. But having an opinion that might be like kind of right-leaning, that should not get you fired from your job. And that's how it's been going on for a while now. Vespasian says you would lose your channel for one bad thought. Yeah, dude, it was really bad for a second there. Well, you got to understand, there was ginormous banks and organizations pumping money into the media complex to support whatever they were telling you to support when it came to COVID. There was a lot of money to be made. A lot of people don't realize that. Why do you think every politician left and right was telling you to get vaccinated right now with a vaccine that literally had no research behind it? It's because all of them had long-term holdings in Moderna and Pfizer, and they were going to make a lot of money. So they would get government-based contracts to get millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of doses. And then the politicians would just make money because the stock freaking exploded. It's literally the most open and shut 101 thing you could ever imagine in history. And people pretended like it wasn't happening because they were scared they were going to like get in trouble, I guess. I don't know. Very strange. It was a very weird time. It was a very, very weird time to be alive. To be fair. Living through that was very strange. Watching people live on TV saying that unvaccinated people need to be put in concentration camps, that was pretty crazy shit. Keep in mind, people claim that never happened now. Remember when there was people on TV saying, and actual politicians were saying that people that didn't get vaccinated should be refused health care and should die in the streets. Not be allowed to leave their homes. Be sent to COVID camps is what they called them. People act like none of that happened. No, none of that happened. Pretty crazy shit. Nope, none of that happened, guys. That was all a figment of our imagination. Please forget that we tried to completely put half of the country in chains because they didn't really want to make politicians more money in their investments in these companies.
Trying to root DEI out of the military, and I think
and Kamala was a cackling retard.
Honorably signing up to serve in our nation's
Wants
military,
to go and die for that.
Like Pete Hegseth, the new Secretary of Defense, who is a proven warfighter, who risked his life in battle for this country, who understands what it means to deploy and to defend the Constitution and your nation abroad and to put your life on the line. When they see a leader like that and a leader like President Trump, who is committed to peace through strength, that's very inspiring. And we look forward to seeing those recruitment numbers and retention numbers skyrocketing over the next 4 years. And I know Pete Hegseth is committed to increasing recruitment at all branches of the military. I would defer you to the Department of Defense on exactly what he plans to implement. Jeff.
Thank you,
Thanks very
Chadwick.
much. Two questions. One, the president yesterday used the word permanent for permanently resettle Palestinians. I hear you saying temporarily today. Is that a shift or a specific?
It's two different phases and what their plan is, obviously.
And my second question is, yesterday he spoke about the U.S. owning Gaza. Who owns Gaza now, and how would the U.S. acquire ownership?
Gaza is currently run by Iranian-backed terrorists in the Middle East, Hamas, who we all agree, I think everybody in the region agrees, that can no longer stand. Just look at the events of October 7th and the events since. And the president, again, is committed to rebuilding the region for all people who want to return to it once it is no longer a demolition site. And it's a place where people can actually live and thrive in harmony, as he said last night, his words, not mine. Daniel.
Permanent versus temporarily resettle? Can you just
the president has made it clear that they need to be temporarily relocated out of Gaza for the rebuilding of this effort. Again, it's a demolition site right now. It's not a livable place for any human being. And I think it's actually quite evil to suggest that people should live in such dire conditions. Daniel.
Thank you so much. The daily guidance says that the president will be meeting with a pair of governors today, Governor Abbott of Texas and Governor Newsom of California. It comes after the president took executive action to turn the
That's my
back.
guy.
Imagine being Gavin Newsom and having to go meet with the president. That would suck. God, I would be so nervous and stressed out if I was Gavin Newsom having to go meet with the president. Hey. Yeah, I know I suck ass. How you doing? Can you give aid to my state, please? I kind of screwed the pooch on this one. I'm gonna need some of that aid. And then Trump's gonna be like, all right, here's what I want from you. And he's gonna be like, fuck. Here we go. Damn. You mean New Scrum? I reckon. He kind of looks evil. You know, I don't really know much about him other than like the stuff he's done, like in public, like in the public eye. I do know Gavin Newsom. My favorite memory of Gavin Newsom was during the lockdowns. And keep in mind, California was way more harsh than Alabama. For example, LA was still locked down like a year later. I remember we were locked down in March or May for like a week. And then everyone stopped caring. Everyone stopped caring after a week. Because people in my city was like, wait a second. You're telling me that Walmart and TJ Maxx and Target can be open, but nothing else can be open? Huh, these weird multi-billion-dollar corporations are allowed to be open, but nothing else? Nah, they can fuck themselves. And then every small business opened up and no one did anything and everything resumed like normal. But one of my friends that lived in LA, they were on lockdown for an entire year later. And Gavin Newsom was going out on press conferences telling people to get vaccinated and wear their mask and don't go to funerals, don't go into family gatherings. And then guess what? He was caught on camera like 20 times partying with celebrities with mask off. Wow. That's pretty wild. That's a wild time.
In California, billions of gallons are flowing out. What can you tell us about the two meetings and the importance of President Trump's actions to help people in California?
Sure. Those meetings will be taking place shortly, so I will get out of here to get to those meetings. We can always provide you a readout, as we always do. We try to be very transparent about what the president is doing in the Oval Office. Perhaps he'll even call you in to join him. We never know around here, as you all know. But Governor Abbott is obviously a great friend and an ally to the president. He has been on the front lines of the border crisis in this country. And as for Governor Gavin Newsom, well, the president is willing to work with anybody from blue states or red states to do what's best for the American people. And the president really enjoyed his trip to Pacific Palisades last week. He felt very inspired by the frustration of the residents there. And he has been wholeheartedly committed to ensuring that the water is flowing in California to prevent these wildfires, and also that people have access to their properties. And he has continued to apply tremendous pressure to Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, I knew somebody had their house burned down.
Mayor, to allow private residents and property owners to access their property. He believes that's their right to do so, and they should be able to do it. So one more thing before I wrap up, because I do want to get to these meetings, and I will see you all at the EO signing later this afternoon.
Oh my God. I just read a tweet that's insane. And I'm going to quote tweet it right now. Apparently, the hungriest child on earth was Angelina Jolie. Honey. So I'm going to show you this tweet I just put out. Sub, please. I'm a nice guy, Iron. Sub to who? You? I ain't subbing to you, Iron Achilles. You bitch. Do I look like a bitch to you, Iron Achilles? Come on now. Come on now, baby. All right, here we go. Here's this tweet I just put out. This is the by the way, this is the like the strange ass dumb propaganda. This person unironically tweeted, "The richest man on earth is dismantling the organization that feeds the poorest children on earth." That is 100% straight up like a lie. That is none of that's true. None of that's true at all. Are you shitting me? And they know it's not true. Every person saying shit like this, no, it's not true. They're just trying to play to engage whatever party line people that are still hyper towing the line because they think it's a fucking football game and they don't think it's people's lives. These people don't actually understand that this is affecting people's lives and not a fucking football game. Right? And they said the richest man on earth is dismantling the organization that feeds the poorest children on earth. And I quote tweeted and I said, apparently the hungriest child on earth was Angelina Jolie, who was paid $20 million in taxpayer money through said organization to do a photo shoot. Shocking. Oh, I'm dead inside, boys. What's up, Rakin? How you doing, baby? Disliked you, son of a bitch. We are 390 until Naked Snake, boys. We got about an hour left, though. We going strong. We're going good. The streak may still survive on this beautiful day. 500 people watching. Make sure you like the damn show. Go retweet that tweet I just put in the chat, by the way. Give it some love. Give it some love. Retweet, quote, tweet it. Give it some love. Shut up, Karen. And yeah, give it some love. And like the show. Thank you so much. We are one red boy from a rainbow night, boys. Don't forget. Rakin, by the way. Rakin, Phoenix. Tomorrow, I'll let you know. But it looks like it's happening.
I would just say that you brought to mind California and North Carolina, who continue to be on our hearts, and the president and his administration are committed to ensuring that these individuals get the funding that they need. And I would just say a strong message to Democrats: who are out there pretending to be outraged about the long list of crap that this administration is cutting federal waste and funding, like $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala, $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt, $20 million on a new Sesame Street show in Iraq, $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan.
Oh, man.
I could go on, and I'm happy to provide this list to every single one of you. Democrats are.
I want you guys to hear that again real quick. You know I'm not finished in March, Helena. Text me.
And I would just say a strong message to Democrats who are out there pretending to be outraged about the long list of crap that this administration.
Listen to some of this stuff that's been uncovered, where your tax monies are going right now.
Administration is cutting federal waste and funding, like $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala.
$2 million for sex changes in Guatemala.
$6 million to fund tourism in Egypt, $20 million on a new Sesame Street show in Iraq, $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan.
This is your tax dollars are going to this stuff. Pretty wild shit. How is there not people marching right now? Like, it is unbelievable to me. When I started seeing this, I was like, how is the world not on fire right now? How are people not more angry? This is unbelievable. We're literally paying taxes for no reason. Zero reason. There's no reason. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's kind of terrifying, to be completely fair.
I could go on, and I'm happy to provide this list to every single one of you. Democrats are outraged that the American people want to be, they want their taxpayers going to good uses, not stuff like this. But then they're very quiet about the fact that there are still North Carolinians and people in California who have lost everything.
Yeah, keep in mind that people that lost everything in North Carolina and California got like $700. That's the disconnect we were at. Willie Kramer says, no, they aren't. They're going to our leaders' pockets. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. That 20 million for the Sesame Street show, probably 200 grand went to it. And the other, 19 million or whatever, went to somebody on the executive team that just so happens to be related to Kamala Harris. That's how these things have always worked. And they don't think you notice.
And in the last 4 years, this federal government did nothing to help them. This president will continue to put Americans first. And I think the successes of this week so far speak to that. And it's only Wednesday. So I'll see you guys later this week, and we'll see you this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Man, that's fucking funny. That's so fucking funny to me. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, there you go. And holy shit. And disinfo in Kazakhstan might be legit. All else is trash. It might be legit? Is that how you spell America? I don't think it is. So I don't get
Yeah, we really need to fight disinformation in Kazakhstan right now. It's very important to the American people, So we've all known this for. Oh, yeah, DS, that's a good point, man. That's a good point, dude. It says you just explained why people aren't more angry. We've known about this forever. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. We've known about this forever, for sure. It's just, what can you do about it? Other than hopefully a politician comes into power that will do something. And it looks like that might be happening. And granted, it didn't take a politician. It took a businessman and a guy with Asperger's. A billionaire Asperger guy. Thank God. Speaking of Asperger's, we have a $100 super chat from Reagan Knight. Oh my God. My boy coming in strong with the damn Rainbow Night, getting us halfway to Naked Snake with a whole hour left in the show. Can you believe it? You know what that means, guys. You know what that means, right? That means I am obligated per contract to gift 5 memberships in the chat randomly right now to some of you beautiful bastards. Here you go. You guys ready? Here's your 5 memberships. I appreciate you guys so much. Somebody match it. Don't be a bitch. There you go. 5 gifted memberships for the chat. I appreciate you guys so much. That's your $100 gift. I love you. I appreciate you. Get on it. I will go on it, y'all. Hell yeah, boys. Whiskey Sour. What's up, dude? Coming in strong. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Toxic X Zombie got one. Don Johnson, 3D Prince, Whiskey Sir. My boy Whiskey Sir. James Hunsinger, Noland. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Oh, and Master Lions matches it immediately with another 5. Let's go. My God. Thank you so much, Master Lions. Another 5. Thank you, dude. Crispy garlic. What's up, dude? Appreciate you guys. I really, really appreciate that. I love you, Master Lions. Thank you for your 19 months. And thank you again, Raking Night. We're now halfway to Naked Snake. Can you believe it? Halfway. We might actually keep the Naked Snake streak up and running. Every $100 is 5 get memberships. Benny Cambria, what's up, baby? And the Wahoo, what's up, baby? Okay. How you doing, Mr. Mario? Oh, by the way, guys, I never, ever talk about this. Go follow me on Instagram, please. I literally never talk about this. Go follow me on Instagram, please. Instagram is apparently like really important right now, and I don't know why. But can I even pull it up? I don't know if I can. I don't know how. Camel. Does that pull me up? It's up. That does. It sure does. All right, cool. I'll put it in the chat for you guys. Go follow me on Instagram, please. Thank you. Give it some love. You can follow all my NASCAR stuff there. Sad Lad Chad says Lefties are so mad because we're getting exactly what we voted for and they don't actually know what that's like. Yeah, that's actually very true. That's kind of sad, actually. That's actually kind of sad. Because, yeah, Andrew, I haven't hit Fight Milk in a while. But we still do Fight Milk. We did it, like, I think a month ago. It's just, times are tough, baby. We're all going through the hell right now. By the way, though, it is kind of sad because liberals tend to want lower taxes for the middle class, right? I mean, the classic liberal position is gone. It's completely gone now. And when is the last time, other than them campaigning and maybe saying it twice in 6 months, has a liberal candidate talked about the middle class? They don't talk about any of that shit anymore. They talk about the most random shit that no one cares about. It's very strange. So thank you, Sad Lad. All of us were liberals at one point, relatively speaking. I was. And then it's like that. None of those belief structures are even around anymore. Stephanie becomes a member. Thank you, Stephanie. I love you. And also, Stephanie gifted 5 memberships. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Thank you, Stephanie. Love you. Appreciate you. Stephanie giving out them memberships. That's 17 today. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ultra Death got one. Royal We got one. John Colson was that dude. Joe and Benny Comedy, I got one. Hell yeah. Dude. All right. Making race car emoji. I will eventually, Mick. I just am never sitting here. Thank you, Stephanie. I love you. I appreciate you. Stephanie. All right. Let's cover some more stuff. Sorry. Getting sidetracked. Make sure you like the stream, boys. Make sure you like the stream, boys. Whew. All right. Beavernator, how you doing, baby? Yes, Connor. It is true. It is true, my friend. Yeah, Armenian, I kind of agree. When I was growing up, I was told that like Democrats liked poor people and conservatives only liked rich people. I unironically was taught that. And then I hit like the age of 16. And I was like, wait a second. What really radicalized me away from the liberal like movement was the Affordable Health Care Act. That got me. I was gone because my healthcare premium was $37 a month. $37 a month. That's how much my healthcare premium was when I was 18, I think. 18 or no, I was 22, I think. I'm pretty sure I was 22. And my healthcare premium was $37 a month. And then the Affordable Health Care Act happened. And my premium went from 37 to 250 or something. 250 something. And I was like, nope. And I canceled my healthcare. And that was it. I was like, wow. Actually, this was a bad thing. And that's kind of what made me start moving away from any kind of liberal movement. And that was it. That done it for me. I was like, wow, that's actually negatively affected me like really bad. Holy shit. So But at any rate, we got more to cover, boys. Thank you, Stephanie, again. I appreciate that. Yeah, Bram Montana, it's crazy. What's up, Salty? What's up, dude? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Open the door for two-party system when we should have a no-party system. Oh, my God. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Only for the rich? Yep. It's always been that way. The issue is, guys, is you have to get away. And I'm not saying anybody's doing this. I'm just saying it's a thought, right? You have to get away from hating rich people because they're rich. That's your first lesson. You got to get away from that. Because the longer you do that, the more that you're a slave to that system. Right? The rich will always be preferred, no matter what. So all you can hope for and work towards is A, bettering yourself and trying to get yourself into that same position, and B, hoping that things that benefit them will align with what may benefit you. That is all you can do. You cannot hate rich people and think you're going to become rich as a result. That's never happened. Tax the 1%. They're not going to tax themselves into poverty. You're not going to suddenly get rich because billionaires are taxed. I don't know where that thought process comes from. I will never understand that. We need to tax billionaires and stuff, and they need to pay their fair share. That's not going to make you get off the couch and stop drinking every night. Sorry. Your 9 to 5, $12 an hour job is not going to get any better because we started taxing the rich. You're still going to be working 9 to 5 at $12 an hour and drinking. It doesn't fix anything. Stop hating the rich and start trying to make yourself rich as a result. Learn and improve your own situation because no one else is going to help you. Stop waiting for politicians to help you. Stop waiting for movements to help you. Help yourself because there's no one else that's going to do it. You're the only person that can. And a lot of people get stuck in that rut. All right, anyways, let's continue. Let's make music together. Let's make sweet harmony. Oh, let's make music together, baby. You're not even my real dad. 250 until Naked Snake, boys. We might actually keep the streak alive tonight. Can you believe it? I drink in my computer chair. Thank you very much. Well, I love drinking. I just don't drink right now. And I probably won't drink until, I don't know, man. Maybe October is when I'll start like casually drinking a little bit. But right now I need to stay in shape. I need to stay in the 180s. Very important right now. All dogs go to heaven. Hell yeah. You take the dough, I take the ray. You better come on with me. That guy was also Oogie Boogie. My bugs. My bugs. My bugs. My bugs. My bugs. All right. Look at this for a moment. Look at this for a moment and tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about this. Musk stole your tax data. This is a real picture, by the way. What do you think about this? Musk stole your tax data. What do you think about this? Keep in mind, this is the current narrative that like mainstream cable media is actually going with unironically. They are unironically going with this. Musk stole your tax data. Keep in mind that currently undercovered was billions of dollars spent on random ass programs that were obviously used for money laundering. Complete waste of your tax dollars. Gone forever. into celebrities' pockets. Angelina Jolie got $20 million for a photo shoot, taxpayer money, right? And they're going with Elon Musk stole your tax data. He's a meanie. Keep in mind, he doesn't have access to your tax data. They have a read-only file of the USAID that they're auditing. That's it. And this is what the media is going with. This is all they have, which is actually kind of funny. This is it. This is all they got. This is all they have. Is this random shit about Musk stole your tax? And also, by the way, what he's doing is illegal. That's the other thing, even though it's not. But they're just saying it is to radicalize people that are still, for some reason, watching cable. It's pretty desperate, right? Effing the cat, desperate as hell. Creative username. Well said. Have a coffee. Everyone wants to be rich themselves. The hate is out of jealousy. It could lead to a socialistic government in the future, and we don't need that. I agree. Creative username, baby. There's a lot of noises in my house, and it's freaking me out because I am home alone. I am alone now, in my home alone, forever. It's very quiet. Creative username. I appreciate you, baby. Love you, dude. Halfway to Naked Snake. Can we make it? Let's pull up the next video. No dogs? I have dogs. Yeah, they're fucking. They're there. Your house is haunted. Yes. Yes, it is. Plenty of death happened here. There are accounts of people that 20 years ago would have protested George Carlin shows. Yep. Yeah, I did. Alone? Yeah, I'm alone, man. Tax some flat women for all the best flat tax. Tax all the flat women. Dude, I love flat women. Come on. My favorite is the Mewtwo. My favorite female build is the Mewtwo. And I can't help it. And I will not apologize. I will not apologize for my love of Mewtwo. For my love of Mewtwo. How can you disagree with this shape? Look at what Mewtwo's shaped like, bro. Look at this beautiful thing. Look at that. Come on, dude. Give me some of that. Woo! Oh, my God. Damn. Oh, you meant flat ass. Okay, yeah, I'm right there with you. Ooh. That's my favorite kind of woman right there. Mewtwo. So you don't like Anna? Anna's got a giant ass, bro. What are you talking about? I didn't say I dislike all other women. I say I like, this is my favorite. Mewtwo. How can you disagree with this perfect shape? I choose you. I choose you, baby. There's no chest. That's what I like. I like a little bit smaller up top. Big ol' ass. I don't know why, man. I can't help it. What's up, Hugo? Do they have to have the tail? Obviously, yes. What if she got the fault? What if she got all 5 fingers? Yeah, whatever. All right, let's go. You silly willies. Oh, Charizard's back. Mewtwo is based on Mew, which is based on a fetus. All right, Charizard, for one, no. You calm down with that shit. All right. Don't you tell me thick-ass Mewtwo is based on a baby. Come on now. You're just trying to be crazy. Now you're just being crazy. Come on now. You're going too far.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This is a nice crowd, isn't it, huh?
Too
We've
far.
been waiting a long time for this. So have I. Actually, it's so ridiculous. But here we are. And this doesn't have to be long. It's just all about common sense. Doesn't have to be long. In a few moments, I'll sign a historic executive order to ban men from competing in women's sports. It's about time.
Who could have guessed? It's just common sense, man. How can anybody disagree with this? Contact sports, man. No, Charizard, no. No, Charizard, no. No, Charizard, no. No, you can, no. No.
Who could have guessed this would have happened?
Under the Trump administration, we will defend the proud tradition of female athletes, and we will not allow men to beat up, injure, and cheat our women and our girls. From now on, women's sports will be only for women. But before going further, I want to share some very exciting news from our military. After years of shrinking force numbers at levels that nobody has ever seen before, 4 years of this we went through, and missed recruiting targets every single month. It was just announced that in December, the U.S. Army had its single best recruitment in more than 15 years.
Are you tired of winning, boys? Ha! You have to trust your leaders to want to give your life for them or put your life on the line. You know what I'm saying? Barb Rogers with 5 gifted memberships. Yeah. Thank you, baby. Charitard. There's something about Charitard super chats. Thank you, Barb. I love you, Barb. Everybody thank Barb for being so good. 22 tonight. Every $100 super chat, I gift 5 on my dime because I'm a good friend. Okay? No. Charitard, something about a super chat and his little profile picture, it makes me laugh. The tail is literally a billiard cord, you sick fuck.
Yeah. Who do you want to fight for? You want to fight for this guy? Or you want to fight for
Every
this
single
guy?
day, nearly 350 new
simple.
soldiers enlisted to defend our nation. And they're
Obviously.
very, very happy to have done so. We've done lots of interviews, and we asked why this was taking place now.
Neither.
And they
Yeah,
just
true.
said there's a spirit about our country that they haven't seen in many, many years. And I happen to agree with that. But it really is clear proof that
No, I can
the
explain
spirit
why
is
after this.
sweeping our armed
Makes
forces.
sense.
And we have a great leader in Pete. As you know, we all know Pete so well. He's going to be fantastic. And so many of our great heroes, and people are starting to understand what hero is all about. So that is something that is very important. We've gotten the woke lunacy out of our military. And now we're very importantly getting it out of women's sports. That's taking place very strongly. So in recent years, the radical left has waged an all-out campaign to erase the very concept of biological sex and
Keep in mind, like 95% of people agree with this movement, like this move. This weird like psyop where there was people that supported it, that was not real. That was literally like an echo chamber online. Even the majority of Democrats support this. This is a nonpartisan issue. Or sorry, a bipartisan issue. Thank you, Charitard 2. Grays away from the game hit fetish. Come on now. Creative username is Pokefucker33. Listen here, damn you. I was trying to give you a visual. Okay? If Mewtwo walked in right now, if Mewtwo walked in with his big old ass and was like, what's up? I don't know what I'd do. But that's not going to happen. Okay?
replace it with a militant transgender ideology. You heard a little bit about this, haven't you? Huh? Just a little bit. Does anybody agree with them? Got a good thing to say yes right here. Female athletes have been forced onto the front lines, and men claiming to be girls have stolen more than 3,500 victories. That's a lot. And invaded more than 11,000 competitions designed for women. Last year, a male cyclist posing as a woman competed in the 800-mile Arizona Trail Race, a very big deal in cycling, and obliterated the women's course record by nearly 5.5 hours.
Oh my God!
Sounds like a lot, doesn't it,
wow!
5.5 hours. So, but you have to hear the weightlifting records, Dave. You think that's bad? The weightlifting's
I saw
worse.
that on South Park.
In 2023, a man in women's power lifting
joined the Discord,
broke
boys.
two
Join the
world
Discord.
records and outlifted his closest female opponent in one event by 440 pounds.
Oh my gosh. Trump is straight up being like, he outlifted. Oh my God. He don't give a damn. Gabriel, what I need to say no to Papa in the women's sports. Thank you, my friend. That's funny. 6 months, dude. And he's just straight up saying it. He's just straight up, he don't even care.
400. Damn, that's a blowout. Wow.
And they continue to defend themselves, Mr. Congress.
That's a real blowout.
They continue
Wow.
to defend themselves. We hope they continue onward because I don't think we can lose a race. This was one of the big reasons that we all won, and it's one of the big reasons that we had a record, a landslide like they haven't seen before, very often anyway. And who could forget last year's Paris Olympics where a male boxer stole the women's gold medal after brutalizing his female opponent so viciously that she had to forfeit just after 46 seconds, and she was a championship fighter. And actually, they had two women or two people that transitioned, and both of them won gold medals, and they won them very convincingly.
Uh-oh.
But all of that ends today because with this executive order, the war on women's sports is over.
Uh-oh. Keep in mind, though, Trump hates women. That was what we were told for the last 4 years. He just hates women. Just hates them. Absolutely hates them. And keep in mind that rhetoric was spread by men. That's the whole issue. And the only women that agreed with it was like women that were like 21 in college and didn't want to hurt their friends' feelings. But deep down, you ain't tricking me, baby. Gabriel Knight, keep that snake streak alive. We're 200 away from it, boys. 200 away from naked snake. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Gabriel. I love you, dude. Coming in strong with that orange ball on my face. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh. Literally wasn't trans. Doesn't matter. Yep.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody.
Wow. So now there's going to be women in women's sports? Yeah. I thought the Olympic boxer just had hormone disorder. Yeah, it's true. He just made that part up.
Should have been done long ago, actually. Thank you. Thank you very
Just
much.
made it up.
With my action this afternoon, we're putting every school receiving taxpayer dollars on notice that if you let men take over women's sports teams or invade your locker rooms, you will be investigated for violations of Title IX and risk your federal funding. There will be no federal funding.
Bam. That's it.
So this will effectively end the attack on female athletes at public K-12 schools and virtually all U.S. colleges and universities. I don't think we've missed anything, but if we do, we'll make it up very quickly with an order. And I don't think we will at all. I want to, before we go on, I want to thank so many people that have worked so hard in the political establishment, and they're before me largely. And I think I'm gonna miss a few. It always happens when you do this, but it's just one of those things. But we have many.
Brash says, where are you, Brash? How does this work? Our real female Olympic athletes will still be going up against trans men. As far as the Olympics, I don't know, actually. Does anybody have an answer to that? That's a good question. So what I would imagine would happen is the Olympics in the, because they're going to be in LA, right? The 2028 Olympics are in LA, correct? Am I right about that? I'm pretty sure I am. And what they will probably have to do is any entry into the Olympics will have to adhere to the US's law, I would imagine. And when it comes to anywhere else in the world, I would imagine that if there are like trans women athletes, they will probably, like female athletes will probably either boycott and or they won't be there. Like they won't be allowed to compete in the Olympics if that is allowed in that sanctioning body. That's what I would imagine would happen. That's what I would imagine would be the
Senators here, many governors here, many state attorneys generals here. They're all over the place, actually. I see. Some of them went after me, but they failed.
While they're in the room?
And they're really friends, and they're friends of women's sports, that I can tell you. So Senator Marsha Blackburn, where's Marsha? Hi.
A content king, yep.
Senator Katie Britt. Thank you, Katie. Mike Lee, where's Mike? Mike. I love his new haircut. I love that haircut, Mike. He just said the hell with it, right? I think you look great.
You must live in
Senator
simulation.
Cynthia
Yeah.
Loomis. Cynthia,
It's
where are
crazy
you?
how the shit is
Cynthia,
going.
hi, Cynthia. Doing a
It's
good job.
insane.
And Roger Marshall. Thank you, Roger. Great. Mark Wayne, Mullen, Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma. I don't know what it is. Oklahoma. I went 77 out of 77 counties. It's
That's
never
a
been
lot.
done. Second was Ronald Reagan, 56, right? Yeah. And Tommy Tuberville, a great coach. You know, his quarterback was named Mahomes. He was a great college coach. And I said, how good was he? He said, you don't want to know how good. He made me into a great coach. He's pretty good quarterback, right? Yeah, he was very good. He's a good guy, too.
All right.
Also, governors, we have Governor
So we got
Glenn
a po-
Youngkin.
we got a
Virginia.
podcast going
Thank you,
on.
Glenn. Good job. Bill Lee of Tennessee.
Podcast
Bill,
president.
thank you.
No, yeah, there's no teleprompter, boys.
Jeff Landry, Louisiana. Thank you, Jeff. Kim Reynolds of Iowa. Thank you. We're trying to move, you know, education back to the States. You do know that. We're making a big move, and we're counting on Linda McMahon.
Yep.
Linda McMahon. And sitting next to you is the new Star is Born. Caroline, congratulations. You've done great. New Star. Star is Born. Patrick Morrissey. Patrick, congratulations. Great race.
You know what's weird to me? Why doesn't just Soros just like why doesn't he just like chill? Right? Like why does it why does he have to like try to influence the government? Like what are world leaders like, why not just like go chill on your yacht? I don't have the perspective. It's hard for me to like comment on it, but I'm like, what? Dude, if I had like $1 trillion, I would just go sit on a yacht.
A great friend of mine, and he's really helped us at the border, done a great job, of Texas, Greg Abbott. Thank you, Greg. Jim Pillen, where are you? Jim, very good. Very good. Are you feeling good? He had a bad fall. You doing all right, huh? Good. You look great. Brad Little. Brad, thank you, Brad. Good job. Good job. You like education going back to your state? You'll make it top, right? You know, just so people understand, in the education world, we're ranked very, very poorly. We're 38, 39, and 40 out of 40 countries.
That's pretty
we're
bad.
At the bottom of the pack almost always, or very close to it. That just came out. We're 40 out of 40.
Wow.
And if we move it back to the states, I will guarantee you that if you take Idaho, you take Iowa, you take almost any of the states that I'm looking at right now, they'll be as good as Norway. You have Norway, you have Sweden, you have Denmark. I must say you have China that's very high in the pack, which is no longer, we can say it has to be a small area.
Yeah, see, that's the issue is why would you continue funding the Department of Education if it clearly doesn't work, right? It's very strange to me. Where is it at? Where's it? He wants power, money's not good enough. Yeah, I guess so. I guess once you get bored, you're bored, right? I would just like start sport teams because he's the spawn of Satan, Charitard. Damn, baby. Damn. He's like a Bond villain. You know, if I had $1 million, I'd buy every nerdy toy I can get my hands on. I don't know what I'd do, man. I don't know what I'd do, baby. I'd live my life. 195 to Naked Snake Boys. 195 to Naked Snake Boys.
China's very big, but they do a very good job. But we'll have at least 35 of our states that will be as good or better than any of those countries, and we have to get it done. Attorney General Steve Marshall. Steve, thank you very much. Steve, wherever you may be. General Tim Griffin. Thank you. Thank you. A person who was so...
How we negotiate space in Gitmo?
Brenna Bird, where are you? Brenna Bird. Thank you.
If you write,
she supported
an annoying
me before
you go
people
there.
wanted to support me, right, Brenna?
Fugman. What's up, Donna? Fugman says Democrats are so mad right now. You know what the issue is? Is they shouldn't be. Because, like, I mean, it's very apparent that there's like just frivolous spending happening. It's very apparent. It's in black and white. We need to end it. Why should they be so upset about that? Here's the issue. There's a ton of people, left and right. Probably a lot of them left. Obviously, they've been in power for a little bit. And they are for more government spending. That's how the party, that's the whole point of the party. If you boil it down, right? Bigger government versus less government. And the reason that these people are upset is because a lot of them have ties to a lot of these organizations getting contracts through USAID, and they're probably making money on it. And they might get exposed, and it's going to get really, really dirty and really, really nasty really, really fast. And maybe it's not the USAID, but maybe it's the Department of Education, right? Or maybe it's other charitable organizations throughout the U.S. Or maybe it's the IRS. They're going to uncover names that are people currently serving in politics right now that are embezzling or using this money or investing or something. And it's going to implicate them. And that's why a lot of people are angry. And there are people on the right that are angry too. Don't get me wrong, but it's the majority of people on the left. Again, the left tends to be the ones that are for more spending. Wow.
Thank you very much. I appreciated it. Andrew Bailey, great job. Where's Andrew? Great stand up, Andrew. One of the great attorney generals. Thank you very much. One of the greats, really. And Jason Miyares. Thanks, Jason. And now we get back to our members of Congress, and we'll go quickly, but it's a great group of people. Steve Scalise is right in front here. What a brave guy Steve is. Steve went through a lot, and he proved one thing to me, only one thing, that his wife loved him. His wife loves him because I went to the hospital that night, and he was not given even a shot, right?
DEI strikes again.
And I was with him and I was with his wife, and she was devastated. She was really devastated. And
Jesus.
I've been to, similar situations, not quite as bad.
Wow.
But the wives were not so devastated. And I can tell you that great wife of yours loves you.
Okay, all right.
So anyway,
All right, we can
what you've
get
done is incredible. The way you've come back, it's you're better.
He doesn't
You're
have a
better now
teleprompter.
than
We're
you
gonna be
did
here for a bit.
before it happened. Oh, but nobody wants Byron. Laurel Lee. Thank you, Laurel. Thank you. Great job. Anna Paulina Luna. Thank you. Thank you, Anna.
We're back.
Greg Stubbe hit a home run wearing a Trump cap. The only one to hit a home run out of the Fishbach. The fake news asked, "Did you ever had?" You know why I liked him? The fake news asked, so doctor, he had Obama, Bush, and Trump in the White House. He was the White House doctor. And they asked him, who's the healthiest of the three? He said, it's not close. It's Donald Trump. And from that moment, I love this guy. Right? Thank you, Ronnie.
That's what McDonald's and Coke does.
Wesley.
Yeah, dude, McDonald's and Coke, McDonald's and Coke, it like preserves your insides, right? Like formaldehyde. K to the Swiss. Thank you, dude. With your $5 super chat, I love you, Ed. Appreciate it. Closing in on that Nugget Snake. We're closing in. The stream is over after this video. We got a little while.
Wesley Hunt from Texas.
Don't believe
Hi,
that
Wesley.
bullshit that they tell you. Don't believe it. It's fake.
Beth Van Dyne.
Never drink water.
Beth from Texas. Thanks, Beth. Burgess Owens, a great athlete, NFL star, an NFL star. Ken Kiggins from Virginia. Thank you. Thank you, Heather. Thank you very much, Jen. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Harriet Hageman, what a
Yes.
lawyer. Ooh. One of
Yes.
the best, one of the most talented lawyers you'll ever see. What she did to her opponent was horrible. Let's see, who was her opponent? Let's see. Oh, does anybody remember her opponent? We tend to forget. We forgot that one, huh? And, your speaker, I'm going to introduce him later anyway, but your speaker has been fantastic. Stand up, Mike. He's great. What a good man. A really good man. Also, some friends of ours, Sage Steele, has been very strong on the issue. Sage, thank you.
See, that's what I'm worried about, Sad Lad Chat. I'm worried RFK Jr. is going to take away all the superpower juice that's in McDonald's. Please, RFK, don't. Please, RFK, we need our formaldehyde.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Great job. Tiffany, Justice, Tina, Deskovich, founders of Moms for Liberty. And they honored me, and it was a great honor. Thank you very much, both of you. Thank you. Heather Higgins, Andy Butner, Victoria Coley from Independent Women's Forum. It's a fantastic group of people that fought very hard on this issue. I think everybody in this room really fought very hard on this issue. Kim Fletcher. You know Kim?
Yep, that's probably true. It's crazy how people let this issue get away from them.
Debbie's here. Crew.
It really is.
Lidis.
This is the easiest fucking W of your
from
life.
Also Moms of America.
They
And
handed
Penny
this to Trump
Lance, of
so
course,
easy.
CEO of the Concerned Women for America. That is a lot of people. Thank you very much, Penny. Good job you do. That's a lot of people. Can I give you, what do you hold that with? You tell it tonight. So,
Isn't it weirdly refreshing that Trump can just kind of talk for hours to just people instead of like showing up once a year and then fumbling around and then tripping every day? Poor Joe Biden, man. He tripped like every other day. He'd fall on his face. And I'm like, God, this is brutal.
just to finish up, I'm directing the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, who's, by the way, is doing a fantastic job. Totally in favor. They can't win the argument. They can't win a debate. They look like fools, and they continue to go on. And it's okay, because as long as they do this and open borders and all of the other things they talk about, transgender, everything, all they want to do is transgender and men playing in women's sports and all of these crazy things. And if they continue, I think we're going to end up ultimately, it's not going to matter, because we're never going to go along with them, and we're just going to keep winning elections, right, Mike? So when the Olympics comes to Los Angeles.
Hey, we were just talking about this. This is actually important. Hey, it's Scaly One. We are now 142 Naked Snake. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stupid drama and people aside, glad to see your gamer face. Thank you, my friend. I love you and I appreciate you, Scaly. Yeah, dude. I'm glad I stay away from the drama, man. Stay away from it. To be fair, people that are in drama 24/7 are in it because they enjoy it. It's not because they can't escape it. A lot of people will tell you that are constantly in drama online. They'll be like, yeah, it's drama. It's always so much drama. So I hate the drama. So much drama. It's like, no, you don't have to be involved in drama if you don't want to. You just don't. You can just be like, nope. And then that's it. But a lot of people can't do that. They kind of like it. Let's be honest. Thank you, Scaly. I love you. I appreciate you, dude. The naked snake is possible. We are 140 away. Oh my God. Thank you, Scaly. We love you.
I was responsible.
That's
for
true
getting
that they
the
wasted.
Olympics, and I
This
said,
has been
boy,
so
this is
bad for them.
terrible because
It's been awful.
I got the Olympics and I won't be president. And then what happened is an election. Strange things happened in the election.
Oh my
So I missed
God.
4 years and now I have
Again?
the Olympics. It was sort of circuitous. It was a circuitous situation.
Boys,
And we
who
also
was
have the
here?
World Cup coming, which is going to be fantastic. And we have, as you know, very importantly, 250 years coming. That's a big one next
This
year.
is a big
so that's
one.
a very big one. But in
That's
Los
what I
Angeles in
said.
2028, my administration will not stand by and watch men beat and batter female athletes. And we're just not going to let it happen. And it's going to end. And it's ending right now. And nobody's going to be able to do a damn thing about it because when I speak, we speak with authority.
Yeah, if I ever have like inner drama, I just message Art the Clown. I'm just like, dude, guess what? And that's what I do. I'll just message somebody and like talk about it and like laugh about it, and then I won't ever talk about it publicly. That's what I do.
And for the same reason, just to make sure, I'm also directing our Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, who's also doing out. She's out there with you, Greg. A fantastic job. She's unbelievable. Like I was watching her riding yesterday on a horse. She was as good as anybody. She's very good. To deny any and all visa applications made by men attempting to fraudulently enter the United States while identifying themselves as women athletes.
Damn,
to
they're
try
doing
and
that
get into
too.
the games, maybe
Wow.
where they
Hey, so yeah, they're not going to let it happen.
are unable to get into the games.
So I guess
We're
that's
honored to
gonna
be
do it
joined
happen.
today by many incredible advocates
With
for
the
women's
Olympics.
sports, including the brave
Yep, LA
swimmer at the
Olympics.
forefront of this battle. And Riley Gaines is a person that I've been watching.
This is so fucking unimportant. Then why'd they push for it?
Squad hard.
They should have pushed. They should not have pushed for it.
Keep in mind, this lady right here, Riley Gaines, was like canceled 18 times just because she did not want to compete against biological men. That's it. That's all she did. And she almost lost everything. That's it.
But then they shouldn't have got
Riley
people
was a
fired from their job
12-time
for saying this.
Well, that's pretty good. 12-time
This is what you
All-American
get.
who sacrificed countless hours in the pool just
Yep.
for a chance at the title. It's so important to
That's
her.
what
She
you
gave
get.
up everything and just gave everything she had. But then the league forced her to share a spot on the podium with a male swimmer who took her trophy while the media celebrated this stolen glory. And Riley is just a tremendous athlete, and it was a very unfair situation. I watched it. A lot of people watched it. It was ridiculous, frankly. But I want to thank Riley. She really has been in the forefront. People that aren't that well versed in this would say that she was the leader. And great job, Riley. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And also with us is another great champion for women, Peyton McNabb. In high school, Peyton was a rock star athlete. Where's Peyton? Where is Peyton?
Damn, he trying to find everybody, huh?
Good job. Looks like a good athlete to me.
This is what you get.
And-
Oh, damn. Trump be simping a little. Looks like a good athlete to me. Oh, my God.
In the same
Peyton
manner,
was
it's
a
like what
rock
repeats
star
itself at the end
athlete
of 10
preparing
years.
for a future in college sports.
We'll
But
see.
in one volleyball match, a much taller and stronger male spiked the ball right in her face, knocking her unconscious, partially paralyzing her right side and leaving her with a traumatic brain injury.
Wow.
And Peyton said it was 100% avoidable. If only my rights as a female athlete had been more important than a man's feelings. And we can't let it happen. And it's
Well,
not going
that's
to
not going to
happen.
happen. It's done. Yep.
Not going to happen anymore, Peyton. It's not going to happen. Are you okay? Are you good? Good. That's good. Thank you. We're also pleased to be joined by many incredible leaders
Is
on
that
this
your stat? Yeah, of
issue.
course
And
it is.
as I mentioned before, Speaker Mike Johnson, and he has been so strong on this issue because he's a man of common sense. I mean, it really is. It's common sense more than anything else. So, Mike, thank you. Great job. Great job in everything. He's got the easiest job of any politician in history. He's got the nicest, like 200 and almost 20. It sort of varies depends on how many people I take from my administration. It goes up and down a little bit, but I promised I won't take any more. I just wanted to see how good he was. I was testing you. And we have some great people, but he's filling them up rapidly. He had some big wins the other day, very big wins the other day. But you've done a fantastic job. Thank you very much, Mike. We appreciate it. We all appreciate it. And also the dozens of members of the House and Senate and governors that we, attorney generals, so many people, and the people outside that can't even get in. This room is packed. And, I offered to build a ballroom. I'm very good at building ballrooms. I build beautiful ballrooms. And I actually offered to build a ballroom for the White House. I was gonna build it
Wow.
right there. This was
Wait, he's going to make the White House bigger. Oh, wow.
A beautiful, beautiful ballroom like I have.
By the way, we are 50 likes from 400 and 140 in super chats from Naked Snake for the 417th stream in a row.
Have it. Mar-a-Lago, as beautiful as it can be. It's going to cost about $100 million. I offered to do it, and I never heard back.
Yeah.
I offered to do it to the Biden administration, very active administration. And they didn't hear back. And I said again and again, 3-4 times. I said to top people, and they just didn't know what to do. They sort of said, "This is good," but they had no idea. So I'm going to try and make the offer to myself, because we could use a bigger room, right, Marshall? We could use a bigger room. President, would you like the bill? Yeah, I would. We could use at the White House. It would actually be a beautiful addition. It's going to cost nothing. I'll spend the whole thing myself. We'll do a big, beautiful room, but we could use it at the White House. You know what they do when they have a big ceremony? They put up a tent. And somehow I think we've outgrown the tent stuff, right? Don't you think? So we'll see if they can, we'll see if Trump will approve it. But the actions we're taking today are the latest in a sweeping effort to reclaim our culture and our laws from the radical left crusade against biological reality. On day one, I made it official, and I'm making it official policy of the United States government that there is, two genders. We have two genders. What might they be? Man and woman, right? Male and female.
It's crazy they let this one go, bro. They let this one get out. They let this one get
Can't
away
think
from
of
them.
too many others.
Yep.
But it's pretty amazing. I rescind.
Yeah, I feel like that was like a layup, right? So I feel like most people just don't have a problem. If you're an adult, do whatever you want to do. But when you start trying to change, like you actually forcefully change like government speech and shout people down and try to insinuate you want laws on the books that will arrest people for these things, which keep in mind is actually the case in some countries right now. You start really kind of pissing people off. You're like, look, dude, I don't mind that you do whatever you want to do. Most people just don't really care. Do what you want to do. But when you start being like, oh, well, yeah, now if you say this thing, you're gonna get a misdemeanor. You get arrested. Yeah, that's not gonna go over well. Sorry, it's just not.
I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
This is so important to any program that promotes transgender ideology using taxpayer dollars. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy that this happened. They dropped the ball. Yeah.
And last week, I effectively banned the chemical castration and surgical mutilation of minor children.
I love how he says it that way. Jesus Christ. It's such a dumb thing to lose the popular support for. It is.
Can you believe I even have to say that? I banned governor. I banned.
Yeah. How did he start talking about the ballroom?
Who would ever think we have to even say that?
How did that even
last
happen?
Week, I banned. Every day we're ending the extremism of the last 4 years. We have other things that are just as ridiculous, not having to do with the subject, but just as ridiculous. Open borders where people are allowed to pour in from all over the world, from jails and prisons and mental institutions and insane asylums, people that are very sick, people that are very evil, killers, murderers. Many of them murdered more than one person. And we have to justify the fact that we're moving them out. We are moving them out in tremendous numbers. Tom Homan and Christie are doing a fantastic job, and the governor and other governors too. But that we have to even fight for this stuff is just incredible. And the media doesn't want to talk about it because it's nothing they can talk about. It's just they just don't want to really talk very much about it. Serious problem, but we're doing a great job, and the people understand, and that's why we won in a landslide. It's they made it easy. And at some point, we have to hope they do come around because we can never let this happen again. What's happened to our country, we can never let this happen again.
Off tangent ranting coming. No, you can tell when it's going to happen. Is
so
when
we are
said that somebody else
restoring
told him
sanity
something.
and common sense.
That's when you know it's going.
We're defending the rights and safety and pride of the American people, including our great, great, great female athletes. What athletes you are, too.
Egg prices win. They're going to go up. Egg prices are going up because of transgenders.
Politically, it could end my career. They're really beautiful people. These are beautiful people. But like everything else, it's a little bit different today. You're not allowed to say that because if you call a woman or a girl beautiful, that's the end of your career. But let's take a chance on it, Mike. Let's take a chance. So I want to thank everybody for being here. It's fantastic. And this is sort of a big, big day. It shouldn't have even been necessary to take place. It started a long time ago, and we ended it today. And I'm going to sign the executive order right now, and everything I said will go into effect immediately, okay?
All right.
Okay.
The only way that the left has an opportunity to come back in 2028 is to completely denounce publicly all of these things. It's the only way you're going to have a chance. You're going to have to completely change your entire platform. Make it all about the middle class, even though it's not, and denounce everything remotely related to this kind of stuff. Because you're never going to get reasonable people on board. You're never going to get reasonable people on board. And they won't, Nick says. And Nick, the good point is there was a some kind of assembly like 2 days ago. It was like a Democrat assembly, or I can't remember what it was. And they literally all they talked about was identity and how they had to hire like a female for some position, and they had to hire this person and this person because they fit this. But they were literally saying it out loud, and I'm like, you're fucked. You got to put that stuff behind you, because reasonable, logical people that are just working 9 to 5, they're not going to get on board with it. right? You got to talk about what's affecting people, and that's inflation and the economy, and that's pretty much it. And they could have had a chance this time around by focusing on that, but they didn't. Instead, you know, the conservative movement was about dismantling all of this, which easily is the winnable position. People keep trying to say it was all about inflation. No, that's a tiny, tiny, tiny facet of the entire platform. The platform was go in and tear everything down, completely tear it down. And that's what they're doing.
Sit down, please. Thank you. Everybody, thank you. You know, if you'd like to gather around me, I think I'm going to be okay. Come on.
Oh boy, here we go. Content president. Let's go. Let's get it. Yeah.
Secret Service is worried about them. If we have to worry about them, we have big problems. Okay, do you want to do
All right.
Watch what I do. Then I'm going to give you some pens, okay? You ready? What a nice picture this is, huh, Governor?
Oh boy.
You ready? We'll do a good job. Wait, let me press that.
This picture's crazy. Yeah.
I want to make this a really good signature because this is, this is a big one, right?
Why isn't he smelling them? Wrong guy.
Oh, we have a 10. We have a 10.
Keep in mind, the entire, the entire thought process was that Trump hates women, right? It's the whole point, right? So, Helena says the Trump will disappoint, the pendulum will swing again, grass is greener. I don't necessarily agree. Because you are right to the aspect of the grass is always greener. I get it. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Here's the issue. If the left comes out and starts talking about this shit again, the shit that no one's on board with, keep in mind, based on polls, upwards of 90 in the high 90% people are against children getting operations. If they come back in 2028 and they run on that, they will lose. You're not going to get those people. And if Trump continues to do what they're doing, especially if somehow the left doesn't explain, if they don't explain the massive, insane, ridiculous spending through the USAID and all the other branches that are going to be investigated soon, if the Democrats can't come out and explain those things away, they will lose. They have to get out in front of it and be like, look, we messed up. Oversight, we're in favor of removing all this needless spending as well. They'll have a chance, but they won't do that because they are terrified of alienating any support they may have. Speaking of support, Chris the McGough. Oh my God. Hell. My boy has joined the chat with the Norwegian Crones. Why'd you talk about this junky looking dude again? Because it's fun. I enjoy it. And also late 2023 and 2024, satellite chat. Yeah, it's times have changed, man. It gives me an excuse to talk about loosely talk about political stuff without being like the political guy, right? Because I can because a lot of people are pissed at Asmongold over this stuff. So you can kind of go through the footage, see where his perspective is, and also give your perspective as well. So it's kind of like it gives you a reason to be able to talk about stuff you'd like to talk about. Thank you, Chris McGough. I love you, dude. 45 from Naked Snake. The streak may be saved. Thank you, Chris McGough. We love you. We appreciate you, my friend. Thank you, man. I love you, dude. I love you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. DJ Cobra Troopers. Dude, he's been killing it. Jeremy kills it. He does a great job. I mean, I watch his streams a lot. He does a great job, dude. Thank you, Chris McGough. $40.
Good, huh? Okay, good. Now you're going to go out and win those events, right? Nice to see you all. Great going, everybody. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you, kids. Here, take a pen. Thank you. I'll give some of these out, okay? Take a pen. Take a pen.
Man.
Thank you so much.
Where's Riley?
The content president. Yep. Everybody gets a thing. Man.
He killed it.
Wow.
Good
Killed
afternoon,
it.
everybody.
Well, there it is. Holy shit. I feel like this is kind of a
of the White House and President
I
Trump.
guess, yeah, I don't know what
And,
this
uh,
is.
with-
We close reacting to the executive order. I don't
When
know.
we come back, we are going to be taking you out to Ohio, where authorities right now are giving an update on a shooting that happened earlier today at a warehouse that killed one person.
Wow,
unfortunately.
another
We'll have
shooting.
more
Who would
on
have
the other
guessed? Yeah, what's your take on Trump's plan to move 1.8 million Palestinians from Gaza and building a resort in the ruins? I don't know. Like, honestly, I'm not really sure a whole lot about like what, like that happened yesterday. And like, apparently, so this is the thing with the whole Gaza thing, is that Trump freeballed it. As far as everybody else is concerned, nobody even knew this was going to happen until he just
I love the term free ball.
randomly fucking said it. Yeah, I was kind of shocked. Well, not really, but I didn't expect that to happen. So other countries should run Gaza?
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it. The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and
shit.
housing for the people.
Chris McGough dropped a red boy. I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. I have to gift 5 memberships to the chat every red boy. I'm sorry, guys. I totally forgot. Let me gift 5 memberships to the chat, boys. Here we go. Gifting 5 memberships right now to the chat. Thank you guys so much. Every red boy gets 5 gifted memberships. I hope you guys like it and enjoy it. I've totally forgot. I apologize. I apologize. Who gets them? Who gets them today? Who gonna get it? I'm waiting. Mick Short got one. Kremlon got one. Sleepy Psychopathy got one. Rich 88 got one. And God Before Money got one. Hell yeah. Justin Ong. I don't trust anybody, to be fair. Again, my opinion is, here's my opinion. My opinion is, I hope that whoever is in power, whatever corruption they may have behind them, will, whatever they do to, I guess, inflate their corruption, will benefit people in some shape or form, right? It's my pessimistic way of looking at things. All right. DB. All right, here we go. Let's keep going.
People of the area do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
So yeah, it seems like they're changing that up too. Like, I don't know really, like I haven't really said a whole lot about this because I'm not really sure how much information is out there yet, but it does seem like that's a pretty big fucking deal, man. So yeah, you don't even need to like you don't even need to like Hamas to know that's an L. I mean, my viewpoint on it is like I'm waiting for more information for a couple of days before I like really make a decision. Like my gut reaction is that I really don't think that we need to be involved with what's happening over there. Like, I don't want to have the U.S. try to take over Gaza. Like, that's crazy. Really, it is. It's nuts. Like, I mean,
yeah, it's kind of how I feel. I'm like, I don't. It reminds me of that stone toss meme, where it's like George Washington, blah 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 about the Middle East, and George Washington's like, why do I care about the Middle East? You know, right?
Like, I think that for a lot of people, like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of people voted for Trump for America first. Like, Gaza is not America. What the fuck are we doing thinking about Gaza? Right. And so, like, I get it. I totally get it. But I'll give it a couple of days and figure out what.
Let me humor the troll in. Safari says Elon seizing all of our data illegally. Elon just wants to ignore it. Okay. All right. Let's assume that he seized the data illegally, which there's no law broken. He was appointed to the head of DOGE, which was the organization already existed and the name was changed. But let's assume it is illegal. That's fine. You know, I'll jump on with it. Let's assume he seized all of our data that the IRS and the government already has. How do we rectify the insane spending that was approved by current politicians in place? Like, how do we rectify $20 million to Angelina Jolie to do a photo shoot? or Sean Penn, 4 million, or 8 million to Politico to put hit pieces out on specific parties to try to prevent them from getting support. Taxpayer money. Like, how do we rectify that? Regardless of not if it was done illegally, which is like kind of like the thing that people are saying. How do we rectify that? Is that a good or a bad thing? Is it good that we gave Angelina Jolie $20 million? So when I filed my taxes last year and I paid my taxes, a portion of it went to Angelina Jolie to do a photo shoot. I don't really support that. What was the benefit in that, and how do we rectify that? That's my question. Billy Hatcher with a $15 super chat. Trump's doing a lot for us, especially women in the second term. I think the left hates that a lot. Well, of course, yeah. Well, I mean, there's a portion of the left that actually probably is totally on board for this. Here's the issue. There's a lot of people that will just hate no matter what happens, right? There was this joke I saw yesterday where it was like Trump needs to come out and say he's pro oxygen, right? So that would make people on the left like put bags over their heads or hold their breath. It's kind of a funny joke because it's like everything that he says, I'm against it no matter what it is, right? Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. Technically, everybody's money in the chat. Yep, you're right. You're right, Daryl P. Still waiting on an answer from a question, baby. I don't think we're gonna get one though. It's fucking hard to rectify, man. I'm right there with you. It's a hard one to answer.
What's going to happen, right? And so then I'll talk about it more. You elected the dumbest people on earth. Well done to USA. It means a lot about you. You say that we elected the dumbest people on earth, but those people just undid a rule that let men play in women's sports. So who's really stupid here? Think about that. You really got to think about this, man. Yeah, think before you go and you type that. It's the only good thing. Yeah, it's insane that people really try and go with that. Hang on, so you're saying the stupid rule was put?
Mick Short says one idea, let the taxpayers choose where their taxes go. Here's the issue with that. You can choose where your taxes go, but that doesn't guarantee your taxes are going to go where you choose. The only way to be assured that your money is spent in a place it needs to be spent in, that you would approve of, is for there to be no taxes from the IRS, no property tax. It's the only way to assure, right? Wait, what? Van Damme got a 1.5 million? You mean Jean-Claude Van Damme? That son of a bitch. All right. That son of a bitch.
Put in, it was undone. Yeah, exactly. And that's it. Better than us taking over Gaza than the UN giving it away. I mean, I feel like we have a lot of problems here. I'd want to see the focus on problems here. You know, like that's really it. Like, I mean, I want to see like that's not even part of on my radar. You know.
Yeah, I don't agree, Mick Short. I don't agree. I think we are on the cusp of the IRS being dismantled. It's going to be the hardest part about this whole situation is getting normies on board. The reason that there was such a shift is because normies got on board this time. And they're like, what the fuck's happening? Right? So as far as taxation, once the everyday person finds out in mass, like 300 million people find out that $20 million went to Angelina Jolie for a photo shoot. And that's just one example of thousands, by the way. But as soon as like the normal everyday person figures that out, that's fucked. Everyone is in favor of it within reason. It needs to be considered. Right? So. Is that campaign money or taxpayers' money? It's taxpayer money, man. It's from the taxpayers, not campaign money. It's taxpayer money. She would be in jail for that? No. No. Not at all. Apparently not. Apparently not. The USAID is funded by the taxpayer. They choose where your taxes go for humanitarian efforts, roughly speaking. They gave $20 million to Angelina Jolie for a photo shoot. Charitard, if you know Melee Games, would you rate their stream? What's Melee Games? I don't know what that is, but I'll check it out before we get off. Thank you, Charitard. Let me pull it up. Thank you, Charitard. We are $43 from Naked Snake. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. He playing Doom? What's he playing? T-Pain? Trey-Pain? Is that Doom? What is he playing? It looks like Doom. I guess it's not. It's probably called Tree-Pain. I'm stupid. Yeah, dude, I'll give it a shot. If he's a rateable, I'll do it. Yeah, Art the Clown, that's me, man. That's straight up my ass. 100%. At 100% my ass. For sure, dude.
No. So I get that he's trying to do some foreign policy bullshit, but it's not something that I'm about. So that's the way I feel about it. If he takes him to Gaza, he can place the army really close to the rest of the Middle East. I feel like that's probably what they're trying to do, but I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I mean, I'm going to be real. I really don't. But, oh, here we go. He's talking about it more.
Let's go. Caitlin, go ahead.
Thank you so much, President Trump. Just to follow up on what you were saying there.
Say it. Go ahead, please.
Just to follow up on what you were saying about the Gazans leaving Gaza, going to other countries. One, where exactly are you suggesting that they should go? And two, are you saying they should
So you just tell them to get out?
And if not, who do you envision living there?
I envision world people living there, the world's people. I think you'll make that into an international, unbelievable place. I think the potential in the Gaza Strip is unbelievable, and I think the entire world, representatives from all over the world, will be there, and they'll.
It's a Trump resort.
Palestinians also.
Yeah.
Palestinians will live there. Many people will live there, but they've tried the other, and they've tried it for decades and decades and decades. It's not going to work. It didn't work. It will never work, and. You have to learn from history. History is, just can't let it keep repeating itself. We have an opportunity to do something that could be phenomenal.
He's not making Gaza America. Yeah, everybody knows that.
A wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East. This could be something that could be so bad. This could be so magnificent. But more importantly than that is the people that have been absolutely destroyed that live there now can live in peace in a much better situation because they're living in hell. And those people will not be able to live in peace. We'll make sure that it's done world class. It'll be wonderful for the people. Palestinians mostly we're talking about. And I have a feeling that despite them saying no, I have a feeling that the king in Jordan and that the general president.
He's apparently going to invite that guy over next week, and they're going to figure it out.
That the general in Egypt will open their hearts and will give us the kind of land that we need to get this done, and people can live in harmony and in peace. Thank you all very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Charitard. Affiliated with Cult Classic Cage and Hypno. Awesome. Yeah, I got it pulled up. So if they're rateable, I'll give it a go. They have to be rateable. So that's the one thing. So sometimes people aren't rateable. They don't have it turned on. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got it turned on, son. By the way, we are 41 until Naked Snake. We got a few minutes left until we log off here. We're that close. And then we're going to raid some boys. Keep in mind, guys, I have I race at Daytona next Saturday. Don't miss it. If you're a fan of NASCAR or a fan of racing, it'll be on Fox. We'll be down there racing some NASCAR Saturday at Daytona. And then we'll be likely Phoenix. And then we'll go to likely Talladega. And then we'll definitely go to Martinsville, Rockingham. We're going to have a lot going on this year. So don't miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Don't miss it on the TV. Love you, Angel. You going back to drawing? Drawing? Do you draw? What the hell? Let's go away. Let's go away. Daytona. Oh my God, we're 33 likes from 400 guys. I need you to spam that shit. Spam that shit. Don't miss out on it, boys. We got a lot going on. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Let me find it. Here's my Twitty. My Twitty is right here in chat. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. Apparently, I closed that for some weird reason. I had it pulled up and everything. There it is. Here's my Instagram. Follow it. Boop. Follow those two for you, boy. Please. I used to draw. I used to draw a lot, and then I just stopped one day. And I guess I don't know why. Wasn't as passionate. I started playing guitar, and that was all she wrote. I play guitar. I have the guitar I play 98% of the time is my favorite. There's no guitar on earth that I've ever played that feels and plays and sounds as nice as this one. So this is like the best of all worlds for me. as I slam it against the wall. My beautiful, delicious monster. You can play anything on it. It's a beast. It's an ESP Japanese. It's obviously a Japanese ESP Eclipse standard with EMG 8185s. I'm not an EMG guy, but I love them. I love them, dude. It's a fantastic guitar. You cannot beat guitars made in Japan. You just can't beat them. They are the shit. I played a lot of guitars in my life. This is the GOAT. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. What tune-in do I play in? Oh, my God. What am I in right now on that? I think I'm in standard D in this guitar. I play in standard A on my 7-string, standard D on this one, and I have a Japanese 79 PS10 that it's in standard. And then I have a standard flat ESP Japanese Horizon. So it's also a beautiful guitar. I used to only play that one, and then I got this one. I was like, well, I need another ESP, and I got another ESP standard Japanese, and something about this one. It's just so damn solid. Raking Knight, my boy, with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, dude. You are the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, sad lad. I agree, man. Thank you, Raking. I love you, dude. I appreciate you for your orange, boy. You are the man, dude. Thank you, man. Get the Trump guitar. I don't know about that. Are you following people back on Instagram? I don't know. It depends on who they are, really. I don't follow a ton of people, but you know what's sad but true? I'm not really a Metallica fan, but is that in standard? I guess it is in standard D, isn't it? I mainly play like whatever just pops in my head. I'll drop the D down to a C and play a lot of Kill Switch Engage though. Man, I freaking love Kill Switch. 20 locks from 400, boys. Thank you, Reagan. I love you, dude. They should be rateable now. Very base couple. You'd love the content. Hell yeah, I do. Well, we're going to do it then. Appreciate you. Blaze Willer with a snake. Thank you, my friend. I love you and I appreciate you. And by the way, Strat, I hate Strats, bro. Fuck, I hate Strats. I cannot play a Strat. Fuck them. Get them away from me. I've tried so many times. I've tried fucking American Strats. I've tried Mexican Strats. I've tried everything I can possibly imagine, and I hate them. The bridge is uncomfortable on my freaking palm, and they're fucking twangy, and I hate maple fretboards. I'm sorry, okay? I can't do it. Can't do it. Single coil, fuck off with single coils, bruh. Get that single coil out of my face. How dare you? Nah, bro, I'm a Les Paul guy, but I'm not a Les Paul guy. I love kind of like Horizon shapes. They're like super strats, right? So I guess if you called it a super strat, I guess I kind of dig super strats, right? But strats are buttery. Eat my ass, Art. I'll fucking butter you up, motherfucker. Okay, but Les Pauls, I'm not a fan of Gibson. Quality control is kind of bad, and I've never really played a Gibson Les Paul I really liked much. They were always kind of mid. I played like a $5,000 Gibson custom one time. It was the most beautiful guitar I've ever seen, by the way. Played like shit. Didn't like it. Don't know what it is. And I've never played a Gibson Les Paul that I liked. They're always kind of like, meh. I played a few Epiphones I've liked, which is really weird. But the ESP Eclipse, which is basically like a Les Paul, you know, unmatched, bro. You cannot beat them. I've had friends bring over $10,000 Gibson Les Pauls that they've had for 10 years, and they don't even come close to my ESP standards. Japanese, bruh. Everybody wants something with EMGs. I have one guitar with EMGs. Everything else is... I have a DeMario Rainmaker and Dreamcatcher in my Horizon because I like Petrucci. And my Solar has... I don't even know what's in that, to be honest. All right, the Blaze Wheelers, Chris McGough with a $20 Krogan. The feminists were heavily funded by the governments of the world to get 100% of the population taxable. No taxes is a very lofty goal. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I think it's possible. I used to not think that. I kind of think it's possible now. Chris McGough. Love you, dude. Chris McGough is the man. The man. Hell yeah, Chris McGough. I love you. And don't forget. We just got a red boy from Junebug. Oh my God. Junebug, my brother, says, first red boy, Cody. Over the years, I stopped watching people that were your online friends. And from what I've seen, you honestly look like a good guy. The people that trash talk to you are wrong. And I hope your life goes well. Well, I appreciate that, dude. I love you. I appreciate you, my man. You got to understand. And look, I have no ill will towards anybody. But you got to understand some of the people that will trash talk people or whatever, they'll do it because they're used to people fighting back in beefs. And that's kind of what their channel like thrives on. And to be fair, it does work. But I've never had interest in that. You know, I do YouTube kind of for fun, even though it is a job. I like to enjoy it. And I'm not going to trade 3,000 concurrent to have beefs for a very supportive chat of 500 people that always support me. And I always recognize every single stream. Sad Lad, Mick Stellar, Art, Charitard, Justin Ong, people that's in here literally every stream for years. Because I know all of them by name. I like to talk to them. It's like a friend group. And I'm not going to trade these people that have been taking care of my ass for years for a 3,000 concurrent number over some beef. Right? Because in the end, you lose all of it. And I don't really care for that. And to be fair, beef has never impressed me. I don't have fun with it. So that's why people that will talk shit about me, they'll stop talking shit about me 2 days later because I don't fire back because I just don't care. I'm not passionate enough about that shit. I'm passionate about making videos. I'm passionate about music. I'm passionate about the people that support me, and I'm passionate about racing. I'm not passionate about high school dramas with people that are in their fucking 50s. That's insanity, man. That's insanity. Bro, I am way too old for that shit. So, thank you, Junebug. I love you. I appreciate you. All right. Junebug's the man. Oh, I got to give 5 memberships. Shit. You guys making me spend money today. God, hold on. Where you're doing it to me again. I got to gift 5 memberships to my boys. 5 memberships every red boy. And we're doing it again. We're doing it again, boys. 5 memberships to the boys right now. Oh, God, Jesus. I'm talking so fast. Here we go. You guys ready for this? Y'all ready for this? 5 memberships coming your way in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There y'all go. Enjoy. Thank you, Junebug. I love you. I appreciate you. You are the man. Thank you so much for me being your first red boy. I really appreciate that, dude. You are the man. Reverend No Fun got one. Palmyra Media got one. Doobie McNasty got one. My boy. Kafifi, Brandon Boney. Appreciate you guys. Hell yeah, get on it, dog on it. Appreciate you guys. I love you. Patrick says, for the year of the snake. Thank you, my friend. Charitard said, he said, if you can't rate him, it's because YouTube thinks his interest too horny. Well, we'll give it a shot. Thank you, Charitard. Junebug says, I also stopped watching VTubers because too much beef. Well, again, if people thrive on it. The issue is it's not long-term and it's not fun for me, right? That's me. Donna says, did overtime, so I'll be driving home. What's up, baby? Hope you're doing well. Can't wait to see you soon. And Master Lions at the buzzer with a 5 get the memberships. Who got them? Connor McKinnon got one. Biggest dickus. Gingerside Moose, Travel, T94, and Ricky Hernandez. Thank you, my friend. We are 7 likes from 400. Oh my God. Oh my God. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys so much. If you have not checked out my book is right here in the chat. I put out a book recently. I never advertise it, but go get it. Just click pick your perk. It's right there. Go get you a copy of my book. It means a lot to me. We're working on it right now. Getting it done, son, so we can get it out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Master Lions. I love you. All right. It is time to do Naked Snake. And then we're going to raid Melee Games. Tripang. All right, here we go. Thank you, Sad Lad. I appreciate that, dude. Chances of winning at Daytona, 100%. He dips his toe in and runs. Art, you know me too well, bro. Oh, what was that? Boo! What did Camelot say? I don't know. I don't know, man. All right, let's do Naked Snake for the boys. I appreciate you guys so much. It is time for the 417th Naked Snake in a row. My hair will be destroyed. Been wearing a hat for like 2 days straight. Here we go. Here we go, 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 go. Donna! Holly Sutherland. What's up, buddy? Here we go, boys. Not that bad. I'm surprised. It's pretty bad, but it's fine. Perfect.
With darkness and silence through the night.
Here we go, boys.
I'm searching
417 in a row. Let's do it one more again. Get them locks up.
But you're so supreme.
Helena, snake eater in my time. There been nobody else. Cry. It's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream. Snake eater. Sound like Chad.
Someday you'll go red. Someday you feed on a tree frog. It's a trial to survive.
Oh my God! I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there been nobody else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream. Snake eater. 417 in a row. Can you believe it? Amazing. One more time, boys. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you guys so much for all the love, all the support. 37 new memberships today. June the Bug, Krista Magoof, Scaly Juan, Raken Knight, Billy Hatcher. All you guys, you crazy drops. I appreciate you guys so much. Master Lions, you guys know who you are. I love you. I appreciate you. We're going to raid Melee Games. Give them some love in the chat. Say cam raid in the chat. It is required or you'll be permabanned. Cam raid in the chat. Get on it, doggone it. I'll see you guys Saturday. I'll have a new video probably tomorrow or Friday. Probably Friday. And we're going to get on it, doggone it. So I'll see you guys then. And don't forget, Daytona next Saturday. If you got cable, it's going to be on Fox. That's pretty easy to find. Get on it, doggone it, boys. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.